on our website, www.topfmliberia.com. And so we want to say welcome again once more to our show. I'm with my fellow panelists here and my producer. Again, we're going to go with a tradition here. I'm going to be the host for the night, and I have the panelists and the producer of the show. We're going to have
TOP FM.
You gotta give me the hands up. You're not gonna know. I'm talking. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta let me know. So we're running a low promo. You know, I'll say okay, roll the promo. Yeah. Well, anyways, Mr. Minister, you see, we advancing every day. The producer just show you our little move right there. You know.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's good. But anyway, I want to say my name is Archie Wright. I will be your host for the night. Let me go to now the producer, Mr. Alex Wulu. You introduce yourself, and then we'll come back to the veteran Smith. After he introduces himself, you give it to you. Either he introduces you or you introduce yourself, and then he begins the question with you. Mr. Alex Wulu, let's start the show. Please introduce yourself to our guests.
All right, so let me say good evening to every one of you. Good evening to you, Mr. Wright, Mr. Veteran Smith. Our minister, I'd like to say good evening to you. My name is Alice B. Wulu. I'm the producer for the show I Beg to Differ. So sometimes there's many producers, so but now I'm here with you. So another time maybe you may come and meet another person here. So for tonight, I'm the producer for the show I Beg to Differ. Let me say you are highly welcome to the show. It's good to have you on the show.
Okay.
It's good that you come today because there are a lot of things that we want to know about when it comes to the passport. Let me say immigrant. So thank you for coming. Let me say welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Wulu. Let's go to Veteran Smith. Oh, where is he now? Veteran Smith. Okay. Mr. Minister, the last time we were here, you were giving us a breakdown into some of the challenges and what the ministry in your office is doing. And so we want to say, let's start off on that note, because I think you were giving us some very, very good information. One of the panelists asked you, how many? Oh, you know what? So let's start over again because there are other people that are probably just joining us. Tell us what you do as within your portfolio, and let's start from there.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm so honored to appear on your platform tonight and for us to deliberate on some issues concerning our petty trader and SMEs and the business community. And I told you again, I'm Jeke Fokpakwenyan, Assistant Minister for Small Business Administration. My term of reference are as follows, but not limited to the following. Let me give you the first 3 bullet points. Number 1, my office is responsible to foster the growth and development of SME and petty traders. Number 2, my office is also responsible for capacity building for our SME and the petty trader. Number 3, my office is also responsible to empower through loan or grant to small business people. And I told you that's the first 3 bullet points I want to give you of my term of reference. And when we took over, we inherited so many challenges. And among them was one of those where we could not have a comprehensive database of all SMEs in the Republic of Liberia. So it made it difficult for us to plan for them. So what we did under the stewardship of Madam Madali Dagoza, we tried to conduct a statistic that could give us further information about how many SME in the entire Republic of Liberia. And doing that, we got to realize that we have 10,329 SME in the entire Republic of Liberia, and these SME are in various categories. We have people who are agro-business people, and they produce farm products and manufacture it into food. And we have also some people who just trade with dry goods, and we have some people who doing all type of businesses. So we have them in category, and we also have them in group. Among the SME, you will find out that some SME are registered, but majority of the SME are not registered. So they are in the informal sector. So those that are registered, we call them the formal SME. Those that are not registered, we call them the informal. Because the government don't know the true LRA. They don't have TIN number. They don't have business registration number. But they say also, mind you, they contribute immensely towards the growth and improvement of the Liberian economy. As I told you, what make me to say the SME are the backbone of the Liberian economy, my research told me that these people run 24-hour economic. Unlike the other businesses that are recognized by government, call them the big businesses, they are running 12-hour economics. I can tell you for free, by 6 o'clock time like this, you got to Raleigh, you got to Douala, you got to Wallasa, all the bistros are closed. The bistro that we recognize to be the real business tycoon, they are closed. They are running 12-hour economic. But if you get to Raleigh, now you will still see the petty trader in the wheelbarrow or under the tank, under the chaos. Even if you want baby soap, you want toothpaste, they will still serve you. So these are people that are making the Liberian economic to be streaming. And they are the ones that make the Liberian economy not to be dormant, because they run 24-hour and they serve people, they run our services. So based on that, I've got key interest in them. And I appreciate the Excellency Joseph Imam-Boakai for appointing me to this particular portfolio, because the SME, the petty trader, are my heartbeat. They are my heartbeat among the business community, because they are the forefront of the Liberian economy. They are running 24-hour economy, while other businesses are running 12-hour economy. So what we did is that presently, as I told you, tomorrow, the last batch that we sent to China, they will be returning. They will pick up tomorrow from China. They will be flying to get back Liberia. Before then, we have been sending some business people to China for business training and other things, because if even you have to empower the petty trader with money, and if their man are not modern, the mismanagement of the money is another key thing. So what we realize is that we have impact on the empowerment, and we told you the empowerment is in two sectors. That is the human resource empowerment, and we got functional empowerment, functional capacity building, the human resource capacity building, and the functional capacity building. The functional capacity building have to do with logistics and other materials that will make the business to run. And the human resource capacity building have something to do to open the horizon and more the amount on how to do financial management and other things. So we are also embarked on that, and we decided to also conduct a survey on how we can empower them through loan and grant. But one of the challenges that we are faced with is you don't have the banking sector in all the 15 countries in Liberia. So there are some countries no banking center, and we don't want to do the kind of a mobile money issue by taking the money to the business people. We want to deposit it to financial institution where they can go and have access to the money and take it and use it. So we are also in discussion with the VLS, the village saving loan that are established in some countries that don't have banks. Those are microfinance institutions, and we are almost concluding to see how they can help us in the disbursement of the money if we are about to give loan to them. Then the next thing I told you is that most of the businesses that are just in the street in Monrovia or even in the provisional capital of other countries, they are always confronted with the city management, because the city management try to institute city ordinance and sometimes try to clear the streets. So we realize that sometimes even if you get a macro room, when they buy their goods and the city police just come and take their goods and scatter it, they also go back to square one. So we are trying to sign the MOU between the various city management, telling them, look, to restrict our SME and allow them to sell in the street, because even in Great US, you still see people around the street selling. And we are also embarking on that. Those are challenges that we have just discovered. And the next thing we try to do is we are trying to build an incubator in the far regions in the country. Incubator is where business people go and have training. So if you have incubator like in Bon County, you will have Lofa, Nimba, and Bon assembling to Bon. They don't have to come all the way to Monrovia for training. So we are also trying to do that so that they can help our SME. If they have incubator in the various regions, it may not be in all the country, but in the far regions, and where people will go and gain idea about their business management, it will also help. So, so far, I want to stop and to get some consent from you, then I can be able to continue the deliberation.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Let me say this. People, I see you're joining us, but you're not liking. Y'all got to like and share. Thank you very much for joining the show. As you're coming, your like and your share and your comment. Appreciate you joining the show this afternoon. Veteran Smith, I go to you. Every time I go to the man, he leaves. Okay. Let's go. Let's talk about the part where we're talking about the loan. Okay. Veteran Smith, are you with us now? You keep going in and out, sir.
Two questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to the guest.
Okay. It's a pleasure to welcome you back, Honorable Honorable Foye, back to this important topic, small business administration. And the last time we left on some of the challenges small business facing. So I would like to start with my questioning. Two questions. Let me start with the first one. The first one, what would be done to minimize the businesses that closing early? Can government do anything for these essential businesses to open late? That was my first question.
Oh, should I answer one at a time?
Yes.
Whether government will do something for them, but they themselves got to take the initiative, because if you're doing a business and you only have few people employed, where you don't have first shift, second shift, or third shift, where another person can come to take over. Example, like even restaurant. You visit places like Cote d'Ivoire, you gather 11 o'clock, you still see restaurant open. That happens that people run TD shift. Okay, first shift run sometimes from in the morning to TD, second shift from TD to 11, third shift from 11 to 6. I'm not seeing that happening in the Liberian economic or business sector. What I see here is that more businesses that are running, they run straight the 2 hours, and also even impeding the growth of employment. And it is not creating employment for us. So we are recommending that, look, the business people, we need to have meeting with them to ask them to at least be able to hire our Liberian that will be able to have TD shape and running the business. Whether it can be drag goods, it can be restaurant, then that will also limit unemployment rate. It will also help for the growth of the economy. And I think the intervention the government got to do is, yes, to create the security, especially the energy sector, where inquiry can be stabilized. Then you can see that I think the business people, it is not their pleasure to maybe to close either, But probably some people look at security, probably some people look at the growth of their businesses, they don't able to pay. So we are trying to see how to make some intervention and ask them, what can we do for you to be running a 24-hour economic that will help to grow the business of the people? We are trying to engage that also. We are trying to have a forum for that.
And so let me just go right to where you have stated security. And I think it's the government obligation to provide
Yes,
security for
sure.
investors to come. Are
Yes.
you engaging government or your ministry engaging, because it can harm both the small businesses and the
Mhm.
professional businesses are operating if security is not guaranteed. So
Ye-
what
Yeah.
are you?
So, hello? Hello? Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I said government have a role to play and they have a role to play. The role of the government is to provide, yes, the role of the government is to provide security and to also ensure that the energy sector is stable. You know, that's the role of the government. But they have the rest of the role to play.
Okay, my last
Oh,
question for the first round would be banking. We touched on that the last time, but I'm finding it very difficult that the counties do not have banking or some set of banking
All right, hold on.
to
He dropped off.
enable. Oh,
Yeah. All right, he's coming back now, so it's good.
hello?
okay. I said
Yeah,
I'm
you said
finding it very
banking.
difficult that most of the counties, as you stated, the challenges in implementing your program will require banking, and there's no banking in the most of these counties. How can the county function or small business or professional businesses survive without a banking system in this county?
Well, for few of the countries that don't have bank, we are using the VSLA, the Village Saving Room or microfinance institution. Most of the countries that don't have banks, that's why they have that. They have a microfinance institution there that we feel people can go and have access to money. I know. But again, the government is striving to see how to establish bank. They are asking most of the banks to move in, like the SRB, the UBA, the Eco Bank, and the Afriled Bank. And they are venturing into various countries too. The and Afriled Bank should be in Sano, Lofa, and LBDR is in Banga, and UBA is in Ganta. So the bank institution gradually are really taking over to the country. But there are a few countries that don't yet have banking institution. They have the VSL, the Village Saving Loan.
Okay. Thank you, Veteran Smith. I go to Alex. You got any question?
Yeah, so I have just two questions. One's have to do with, I want to know the top priorities of those small businesses that they are working with. I want to know what are the top priorities of the small business that you're talking about. And then my second question have to do, how can entrepreneurs get support from the ministry? How can they get support from the ministry? That's what I want to know.
Okay, the first thing is we how you can get support from the ministry. We have office on my bureau called the how do you call it? We have office called the customer service. When you come to the when you come to the comment ministry, we send you to the customer service. The customer service, there are people there. I have 4 directors under me working. I have director of petit trade. I have director of finance. I have director of markets, and our capacity building. So if you come and you're a business person, the first thing, if you are not registered, we send you to the customer service where you see the director of Petit Trade and ask you which type of business you want to do. The first thing, when you tell us the type of business we want to do, we can advise you which are the area to venture. Example, Liberia countries have different potential. All the countries in Liberia have their own potential. When you come, you say, look, I want to do rice farming, we'll be advising you to visit Lofa, Bon, or Nimba. If you can, you want to say, look, I have interest in producing gari, we'll be advising you to visit Cape Mount. If you can, you say you want to have interest in doing fish pump, we'll also be advising you to visit Cape Mount and Grand Cru. So all the countries in our country, they have their own potential. So when you tell us the type of business you want to do, we will be able to advise you, and we will tell you if you want to register. The registration form is there. You can register, and then we send you to LRA, then they will issue you a team number. Or if you are saying you don't have the time to register here, but you just want to do a business to start with, then we can tell you that, look, when you're doing a business, you sort of set these kind of places or these kind of places, this kind of business will go. So when you come, we send you to the customer service for orientation, 2 or 3 hour orientation. That will be able to help you to decide what to do. You don't just venture into business like that. We call an assessment. So we have people that have the expertise. Once you explain your problem, we're able to advise you better how to start your business. Day before yesterday, I was with one of the former lawmakers, Madam Rosalie Swakoko Dennis, and she came to me. She was talking about she want to do a tissue business. And I was able to talk to her and send her down to my director to talk to her. Now she on her process. She will also be starting to be producing a tissue in Liberia and be supplying others or country. So that's how we incorporate you. You come, you go to the customer service, and we will be able to advise you. Based on the type of business you want to do, we'll be able to advise you what to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Wright, before you go ahead, I just want to understand some things for him. So you're talking about maybe if somebody wants to do a dirty business, you have to advise them. One of the things that for me, I don't know whether you have it, is about decentralizations of this thing. Maybe having a supervisor in a district or in a county that can advise them. Do you have any of such in county? Maybe if somebody wants to do a business, they can get in contact with your region administrator.
Yes, our country have sub office. I mean, our military have sub office in all the countries. If you get to the country, you see the country inspector. You go to the service center. The service center will have a desk there. We have an office there. If you go Bon country, we have service center. There you go Lofa, we have service center. You go Niba, we have service center. You go Granji, we have service center. We have service center in all the countries, and we have country inspector. We have people there that are employed in all the 15 countries. We have covered the 15 countries. We have people in all the countries that are employed with the Commerce Ministry. You go there, you will see effects. And then when you get to the service center, we direct you the office of the Ministry of Commerce.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Minister, let's talk about. Let's start. First of all, let's start up with your success rate. You said currently there are 10,000 small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses in Liberia. Let's dig a little deeper into the data. Where are majority of these businesses located, and what type of businesses?
Please get into you.
And
yeah, you said where?
Okay, I want to complete the question. So I said you said there are 10,000 plus small and medium-sized businesses in Liberia.
Yeah.
One, where are these? Where is it? Where are majority of the businesses located in Liberia? Secondly, what type of businesses are people predominantly being open? Lastly, what is the success rate? How many businesses that are opening that are succeeding When they open, do they stay on and go on and become, a mid-sized business, or do they grow and become a corporation? And if not, how many of them are failing? So that, because we're talking to a lot of people here, and they need to know these things. The type of businesses that have been open, are they growing, and are they going to the next level? Are they scaling to the next level? And if not, how many of them are succeeding and failing? And why are they succeeding and why are they failing? Talk to us about these things. After we do that, we'll come back and introduce the other panelists. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Majority of the businesses are in Mosorado, Sokon, Nimba, and Bon, Lofa. You will see, as I'm speaking to you now, if you get to Nimba, you will even see some people doing a bakery business. They have an oven. They bake bread. Okay. You will also see some people when you get to Bon, you will see some of the people that are just selling things like cricomon, pepper, and watermelon, fruits. And I told you the last time what we did, those people fruits and bringing it into Monrovia so that people can have access to it. But what we did last year was that we built a chaos around all over Monrovia. You can remember what they call. Check to Charlie Hospital Junction, you will see a fruit booth there. You come to 72nd Junction, you will see a fruit booth there. You come to Bonneville Junction, you will see a fruit booth there. You even come to New Georgia, you will still see people selling fruit. So what we are trying to do is to create a market, especially the Commerce Ministry. We are responsible for the commercialization of the commodity, while agriculture is responsible for the production aspect. So commerce and agriculture, we got one other project on our called RETRA. Commerce and agriculture is making maximum use of that. Some part of December last year, we were in Cape Town with the cassava farmer, and we were able to empower them through cassava sound. We did the first harvest of the cassava, and people who are doing cassava finishing businesses, they purchase it from them, and they try to have one set of do something for their own sustainability. So we are not saying it is 100% correct, but equally so we are engaged with them consistently. We're encouraging them to produce and encouraging the people to buy from them. That's why we have engaged, but it is not 100%. So when you visit other countries, you will see other businesses that are people are involved in now. Like the farmers who are producing grumpy, or the farmer who are producing beans, or the farmer who are producing cricomon, farmer who are producing. We are engaged with them, and we are empowering them through loan. We are empowering them through grant, and we are empowering them also. If you visit Magibi, one Abel Vani, who is a cassava processor, okay, we are talking to RETRA to see how to offer him a machine to see how to be doing a finished product. So we are engaged with them consistently, really. So I can promise you that 4 years or 5 years to come, you will see that most of the businesses will be self-sufficient and will be self-reliant. But we are engaged with them on a serious note.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Minister. Like I told you, we have a very big pool of panelists, and we just got joined by 2 other panelists. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you, and then we're going to ask the 2 individual questions. Mr. Joe Cassell, let's start with you, sir. Please introduce yourself to the guests.
Yeah, Mr. Minister, my name is Joe Moyu Cassell.
Okay.
I'm a small business owner, former journalist from Liberia, living on the West Coast.
Thank you, Mr. Cassell. I'm going to come right back to you after Mr. Napier introduces himself. Mr. Napier, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, Mr. Konya, Assistant Minister for Commerce. I'm doing very well. My name is Christopher J. Napier, and I'm one of the panelists. a former political and consular officer of Liberia in Washington, D.C. It's a pleasure having, it's a pleasure speaking with you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Napier. I'm going to come right back to you after Mr. Casella finishes with the 2 questions. Mr. Casella, have you asked the 2 questions to the minister?
Okay, just two brief questions. One question is, we learn a lot about this Liberianization policy that the government seems to be taking a renewed interest in.
Yeah, we are on our feet to impose that.
Yes. That the government has been taking a renewed interest in. And if you could tell us, perhaps, how are you educating Liberians as to what this Liberianization policy is? What are the caveats? What are some of the industries that fall within that foreigners cannot, venture into? And the other question is,
Mr. Casella, let go one at a time, so that he can be able to answer them correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Those are my question right there. Just go ahead.
Okay, the liberalization policy was enacted 2012 under the past regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But after it was passed, it had been dormant, it had not really been enforced, it had not been applied, it had not been implemented. And when Ambassador Joseph Yimo Boyka took over, and he tried to implement it through the Ministry of Commerce. So we have inter-agent ministerial task force that enforcing it. But we gave 30 days ultimatum and creating the awareness. There are certain businesses set aside only Liberians are supposed to do. Example, shoe shine boot. Example, hair barber shop, car washing shop, and shoe making shop, beauty salon, riding of motorcycles like keke and motorbike. Those businesses that are set aside, who have published it on the website that, look, you are foreigner, we encourage you to live here. But these businesses that are set aside, you are not to venture there. If you venture there, then you will see the wrath of Commerce Ministry. And we have been implementing that. We have told them that, look, we don't want to see any foreigner using a boot as barber shop. Please leave that exclusively for Liberian. We don't want to see foreigner mowing bricks. That should be exclusively for Liberian. We don't want to see foreigner riding keke. We don't want to see foreigner riding taxi, motorbike. Those empowerment should be exclusively for Liberian. We don't want to see foreigner shining shoe or sewing shoe. So we have given them the list of businesses that they are not to do. Okay. And when we see you doing that as an offense, we will apprehend you and you will feel the full way of the law. That have started. We were in Magibi. The beginning of this month, we were in Magibi, enforcing that, and we did the awareness. We created the awareness also in Kakata Magibi, and we told them not to venture into that. That should be exclusively left for Liberian. Like facing X block, that should be left with Liberian. You cannot be making quarter and facing X, and what Liberian will do. You cannot also be a foreigner and you try to be having beauty salon. You cannot be a foreigner, you try to be having barber shop. We are against this thing. So we have given them a look. They had were passing 2012 have been dormant, but we have come to implement it. So we have also told them that another thing we added to that, another component to that is we don't want you to be manufacturer at the same time you be distributor. If you are a foreigner and you have a manufacturing company, you should hire a Liberian to be a distributor. But I can tell you for a fact, the past 8-9 years, most of our foreigners that have factory here, they are manufacturing at the same time they are distributor. So the enforcement of the policy is also against that. You cannot be a manufacturer and be distributor. We have created that awareness, and immediately our inspectors are in a fee. If they see you in that particular, then you will be arrested and you will feel the full way of the law. That's how we implementing it. We have impact on that, and we stay ongoing. We will continue on to the end of this year.
Mr. Minister, that's a very good job you all are doing, but you got the enforcement side, which is fine, but what are you guys doing about Liberians that are fronting?
Thank you. I just wanted to add that component. Our challenges in enforcing the law is the one you have just highlighted. Why it is true that we are enforcing that law, but we have some Liberians who are also fronting. Example, especially our women. You will go see or your sister or your niece are married to a foreigner. When you get to that business and you want to track it, in fact, they will go and register it as Liberian businesses. They will not register it as foreign businesses because of the tax they're supposed to pay. The tax the foreigners supposed to pay is higher than the tax you Liberians supposed to pay. But now when you get there, sometimes you see your own Liberian sister tell you, say, their business is for me. Their business is for me. Mind you, she love it to a Lebanese man or a Nigerian man or a Ghanaian, and she telling you their business is for me, I'm Liberian. And obviously you see her, she's a Liberian. But we have been trying to trace that. We observe that some of those people who are doing that, who are fronting, when you ask them for the bank account, when they give you the bank statement, you will not see their signature or being a shareholder in the account. So that's how we're trying to track them down too. So we can tell you, say, okay, Sunday is all Liberian own business, bring your bank statement, bring your bank account, let's see who are the signature to this account. So we are also being engaging on that, and we are trying to see how they're trying to do government, and that government is also having another measure that which I cannot say to the public platform now. Government have designed another measure on tracking those fronters who are doing those things for foreigners. Hello.
Okay.
Are you there?
Thank you. Let go you, Mr. Nipper, for 2 questions. Mr. Nippet?
Assistant Minister. Yes, I'm on. Assistant Minister Konya, good afternoon again.
Yeah, good
How
afternoon.
would you like to be remembered? I'm asking you a question. History can be kind and history can be unkind because it's a collection of information of past, present, that plans out into the future.
Okay.
My question is specific. How would you, Mr. Konya, like to be remembered in history?
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to be remembered as one of the best outstanding assistant ministers. And let me just inform you, after the platform tomorrow, I will snap my certificate and send it to you. Last year, 2024-2025, I was honored as the best assistant minister. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
Okay. Last year, 2024-2025, I was honored as the best assistant minister.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr.
Last year, 2024-2025, I was honored as the best assistant minister. I will snap the certificate after the discussion. I'll send it on the WhatsApp of Mr. Fred. You will see it. And in my honorary program, they told me that they have been observing that I am always engaged and always serious with my job. And obviously, I'm always engaged and serious with my job. And let me just tell you on the public platform, to serve as an assistant minister, I don't know all those countries, in Liberia, then you should be brave and strong, because this is the position that when you get, you don't have your own agenda. As we're speaking tonight, it's possible that tomorrow, Madam Dagoza will tell me, say, look, I have speaking obligation in Kemo. I want you to go there. You pick on them. So if you even have your own plan of action for the week, anytime your bosses can send you anywhere and anytime. So the position of assistant minister is tedious. I mean, it's a position that is very difficult to deal with, because you can be sent anywhere, anytime for any duty, and you have no alternative to tell your bosses no. So that's one of the constraints that I can tell you about that assistant minister face. And sometimes the minister proper may even delegate responsibility to the deputy minister. If the deputy minister not get chance, he has the right to also ask you to go and prosecute. And you're not going to say no with all your plans you have for the week. Those are things that I'm really going through. So I would like to be remembered that yes, I was one of the courageous, dedicated, and strong assistant minister. And last year I was awarded. I have that certificate, as I told you. This year I also feel that I'm working to the best of my ability. That again, I'm again that award this year again as the best assistant minister, because I don't rely on my job except for sickness and other things. Just day before yesterday, we were called by the president to go and break ground for the Banga from the Vonyama Madekoma Highway. I was there, and then when I came immediately, my minister sent me again for the MROU trade fair in Genema. Genema is the first time when you pass Bowater in Sierra Leone. I was also in Genema for 2 nights representing the Common Ministry for the trade fair of the Minor Reward Trade Fair, Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. So, I mean, I would like to be remembered for my dedication and my hard work, as I said.
That's splendid. Very, 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 very said. Now, you know, when a question is asked, such as what I've asked, there is a tale. What have you been doing since you want to be remembered kindly, favorably? As you have mentioned in history, do you have Liberians that are doing business in the supermarket industry, that have supermarkets? Do you have Liberians that are doing businesses such as what Oreo used to do? I don't know whether you recall Oreo. Oreo used to sell uniforms.
Yes, Oreo used to sell uniforms.
Okay, and why is it that we have people of different nationality doing sand mining? That would be my question.
What I have? Please repeat your question. I didn't get it clear. Because
small businesses,
money.
Yeah. Do you have Liberian doing supermarkets? Because supermarkets should not be a big business, since according to the statute that created you, your area is for policy. Your area is for policy. I read that, and that's why you saw me trying to turn over my little notes here, because I always like to speak from some factual information. And you are there for policy. You are there to see to it that women have equity in businesses. You are there to make sure that people can access loan. You are there to make sure that expatriates are not in the business of undermining the economy. Because you will agree with me that if a man has his mother, it is he who takes care of his mother. So in the same context, you have Liberia. And the Liberianization policy was originally Talbot's idea from Mato Matras. He brought that. And thankfully, Excellency saw the wisdom in making sure that part of the Liberianization policy is enhanced, and that Liberians would take charge of their economy. And why do you think she did that? She did that to avail Liberians of the opportunities, such as Mr. Cassell on the stadium, to avail them of the opportunity to build Liberia. So therefore, my question
in their hand.
Good. So that's why my question comes to the supermarket entity, enterprise, not entity, enterprise. The supermarket enterprise. What are you doing to see Liberia venture into supermarket business? Liberia divorcing the expatriate from sand mining, and they're doing the sand mining to build our houses and build other industry and other activities. I got more questions for you today.
Okay. As I told you, we have impact to see how the Liberian businesses can have access to finance. And in that, to have access to finance, we have few measures that we put in place. Number one, there's a policy on the paper called the public procurement policy. That is, for every general public transaction, 25% should be set aside for Liberian-owned businesses. Among the 25%, 5% is set aside for women exclusively. We have impact in enforcing that policy, the procurement policy. That is, we visited the PPCC, we had meeting. I think by Thursday we'll be having a second meeting with the PPCC also to ensure that the 25% procurement law be implemented. That will also help to make our Liberian businesses to grow. The second thing is, we told you loan or grant, but in giving the loan, we are asking that, look, you be registered and be identified so that tomorrow to come, if there's a loan opportunity, you can have the chance to have the loan. And that's why we're using the requirement of acquiring the loan as Liberia national ID card. You should be a real Liberian. But the past time, the challenge that we'll be having of the loan is that most of the Liberian businesses cry because of collateral issue. Okay, the central bank will get the money to the commercial bank at the rate of 6%. When they gave it to our Liberian people, they gave it at 18%. We took over, we tried to stop that. That was too hard, because if you give it to them as 18%, and then what are they going to do to maximize profit? So there have been 3 challenges in Liberian businesses getting money. There have been 3 different constraints they have been faced with. 1, the collateral issue. 2, the term of payment. 3, the high interest rate. So we have tried to mitigate that, because today you get Liberian money, you say, look, can I take the money today? And you try to start repaying next week. I mean, it's going to be a constraint on that people. So this is why you see more people can even say, oh, Liberian people don't pay them. It is not true. It is because of the system that they put in place that is not favorable, that is not suitable for the Liberian business people. So the first thing we impact to mitigate all these challenges, we have talked about the collateral issue. We are trying to negotiate a strategy for alternative financing model. That is, we have a trust bank that will be intervening on behalf of Liberians who would like to take businesses and don't have the necessary or the needed collateral. And the next thing we try to do is that instead of the loan being 12 months or 24 months, we have projected that the loan should be a 36 months. That is, somebody should be able to pay within 3 years by installment, because the term of payment is also another burden that's giving the business people hard time. So from that, we look at the interest rate. The 18% interest rate, we have engaged that, look, when you're giving the money to our people, you commercial bank, it should be at least 9 to 10% instead of 18%. Those are things we have impact on, and almost at the crossroad airport of concluding it. So we're trying to make the business environment suitable so that when people get money, they will be able to make maximum profit of the money they have taken. They can't take money and just sell for you. Look at what Access Bank or BRA doing. BRA Access Bank, they get the money to the people. When the people sell, at the end of the day, when they repay, they will be left with nothing. So we are trying to revamp the system, and we try to revamp the policy. We have impact on that. You talk about policy, we have impact on that. Look, the term of payment for our people is not acceptable. We're not going to take it as common ministry. And the collateral issue again, we're not going to take it. And the interest rate, we're not also going to take it. Those are things that we are impact on to see how to make the business environment suitable for our people.
Well, thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll come back to you, Mr. Nippet. We'll come back to you. Before we'll be going to the line in the next 30 minutes. And I really want to acknowledge our followers and our viewers. We got people watching from India and Burkina Faso.
Wow.
We'll open the line. We'll ask you to please call from our region. Please, we'll beg you. All right? If you're watching, please, I know you commented and you said that where you're watching us from. Give us a call from there and then let know that you are watching from there. We're ready to appreciate you. Let's go back to you, Veteran Smith, for your. Let's do one question each. One question each, gentlemen, around the table. Veteran Smith.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Konye, for your splendid explanation, the good work you're doing at the Small Business Administration. at the common ministry. My question was centered around there are two, you mentioned the last time when you were here, there are two important engagement that will be coming, or activity program that your ministry will be spearheading. Could you elaborate on it more?
Oh yes, I told you that. Let me give you your background.
Your background, sir. We got to meet you. Go ahead, sir.
I told you that. Let me give you oral invitation. On the 27th is the World SME Days. The 27th of June, every 27th of June, we celebrate to appreciate and to award our SMEs and to encourage them, to motivate them. So on the 27th, we will be having the celebration at the ministerial complex, and where there will be keynote speakers, there will be SME that will be there to showcase. They will come with their produce and they will come with their market, and we will expect everybody to go there at least and purchase. So you are invited also, but what I want to say is that on the 27th will be Saturday, so the common ministry have decided to celebrate it on the 26th, which will be Friday, and the theme is strengthening SME through digital transformation and innovation. That will be the theme of the celebration, and we will anticipate that you have representative, you send them there, then they will be able to tell you how really it's going to be like. And we are also going to do this to motivate our people. We got two occasions in a year. We got the World SME Day, and then we got the annual SME conference. The World SME Day will be happening for 1 day, but the annual SME conference will be in November. It will be for 5 days, where we will also invite other people from the Mano Rural sub-region to come and also be with us. So on the 26th of this month, if you have your internet or whatsoever, you can put it on and you will observe the celebration lively to motivate our SME. They will be coming with. There are some SME who are producing country club. There are some SME, especially when you go local, you see the type of country club that there. There's we have an entity in Kolahun district precisely called the Lofa Women Weaving Center. I was there for inspection 2 weeks ago, and I will let you to know that there's a entity there that training our women how to become self-sustainable. They will be learning how to face the country club, and they will be supplying even the West Africa countries around the region there. So we have so many programs on us. Of course, we have not really achieved all of them, but we have so many programs on us, and we are engaged in it to ensure that our SME be really empowered. That's what I'm trying to say on your concern concerning the SME.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to you, Mr. Cassell. Your one question, please.
Yeah. Let me just give a loose example. In the United States, most of the successful companies you see here, they have a government imprint on them. In other words, the government helped them to become successful, because if those companies become successful, they broaden government tax base. They employ more people, and more people pay taxes. That's what the smart, governments globally are doing. So, you at the Ministry of Commerce, can you identify companies Nigerian-owned companies that your organization that your ministry is working with to ensure that they scale, and when they scale, they will employ more people. They employ more people. Those people will pay taxes. Are there any examples you can give us?
Well, your answer may not be direct, but what we're doing is that we have embarked on a program called the SME free registration. If you do a statistic or a survey in Liberia, most of our SME that are in the informal sector, they are in majority, they are almost 60%. They are not registered, they don't get a number of government, not know them. So we have tried to take them from the informal sector to bring them to the formal sector. And we want to do this for two reasons. One, we want to ensure that they be identified, they can be having opportunity to take loan or grant, and they can also be recognized by government. The second reason is government is also losing enough money because they are not paying taxes to government. They are in the informal sector. Nobody knows them. They sell by their way and do everything by their way. So government is also losing taxes. We have realized that. So if even you register just 9,000 SME and they are paying $200, okay, per month, you're going to raise almost like $1 or $2 million of Liberian dollars. So the last time we visited the LRA, Double Jala, the Commissioner General, and he promised that, look, we should work on it to try to start the free registration by July so that we can take the informal SME to the formal SME, and the LRA will get a TIN number, they will be identified and they will be paying taxes. That's the program now we are working on. And by July, we will embark on the free registration process of our petty trader. That's what we have. But we don't have a special company that is set aside somewhere. That what we do, we got the BDS, which is the Business Development Services. That entity is only responsible to build the capacity of SME. We send it there for training. But the BDS, we have one of the challenges we have with the BDS that are in Liberia. They don't have a synchronized curriculum. So just yesterday, I was in meeting with the World Bank. The World Bank have agreed that they will sponsor the facilitation of a synchronized curriculum so that if you attend a BDS in Grand Judea and I attend a BDS in Cape Town, we will be having the same topic to be taught. We will be having the same lesson to be taught. We don't really have a network for all our BDS in Liberia. That is the Business Development Services. They don't have a network. So we're trying to put them under one umbrella so they can be having a network, and we try to synchronize a curriculum on how to be teaching our SME so that all of them can be in line with the same topic. That's why we have just embarked on a few days.
Mr. Wright, let me do a quick follow-up question.
Mr. Casa, if I do that, everybody got to follow up.
No, that's why it tied into what I was asking.
Oh, good.
Quick question. Mr. Minister, in most countries, you can tell the seriousness about the business environment. You can tell how serious a government is by how long it takes to register a business. Okay? Now, if I want to set up a business in Liberia, how long will that process take to register a business in Liberia? Can you tell us?
How long?
Is there any difference from what it was, say, maybe 2 years ago till now? Thank you.
Okay. It will not take you long. It will be like a week because we have the LBR, which is the Liberia Business Registry located on the Ashmore Street.
Did you
go there. Yes, it takes you a week.
Oh.
It takes you a week, except if you encounter problem. It takes you a week because the problem is.
Mr. Minister, I got to really jump in here because if you say it takes a week now, that is a major improvement. I gotta accept that because I have registered business in Liberia and I know how long it took me to get my registration. So if you say it takes a week,
that was 1 year.
About a year ago.
We have revamped the system. What we do is that we have the interagency committee that is at the Liberian Business Registry because the fronting somebody talk about. There are some people who go to register foreign business as Liberian business. When you go there, we got the immigration tax there, we got the registration tax there. We got everything there. If you have no problem, it takes you a week. You got your document.
Mr. Minister, I'll challenge that. I will challenge what you just said. Seriously, I will.
Okay. You can tell me your particular. I will register you within a week.
No. I don't need you to do it. See, if you do it, it means I will be getting preference. I need to go through the normal process like every day, like you.
Thank you. I agree with you. Try do a case study. Come and just go to the Liberian Business Registry. you will see that all the systems are put into place. Nobody delay you. You pay your money, you get a flat receipt, you go, the process the document, somewhere you get problem. Somewhere you get problem, you can't honor the discard as you are a Liberian, you want to register that, because many people feel that when you register as Liberian or you register Liberian businesses, the price is low as compared to foreigner. So you see more people trying to front for foreigner, and if you are caught in that manner, you can even see the immigration still have some document for some people who say they are Liberian and they are not. Some they say one parent Liberian, one parent foreigner. The immigration is also going through that. So you will only delay if you fall under investigation process wherein they have to investigate you. Then they will withhold your document and delay you. But minus that, I tell you, you take a week and you just got all of the place and get a businesses and go ahead and start doing your business.
Okay, we'll try a dummy company. We'll challenge that with a dummy company. We'll see how long it takes to register that.
Thank you very much.
Great question, Mr. Kazak. Great question. We'll test your system. We'll see how effective.
Test the system. Test the system.
We will. Mr. Dippy, your one question, please.
Well, thank you so much. You talk about business development services. My understanding is to improve the business, to elevate it, to expand it, to make it profitable, to diversify it. That would be development, from that word, development services. And you mentioned something about weaving business in Kulahun, where the people are weaving gown.
Yeah.
Good. The commerce industry, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the principle was made by government to create industrial activities. The government of the United States has been magnanimous to come about with AGOA. Do you know something about AGOA? Then I'll carry on.
Yeah, I know something about it after the AGOA.
Okay, the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act.
Yes.
What are you doing since you have a business development services to develop our weaving industry such that we can introduce our garment in the United States of America and other produce from the Republic of Liberia? What is the ministry doing? Because you are the nucleus of the Ministry of Commerce. I don't know how I will go into my video and send you the video when I visited the site for inspection. I don't know, but I will send it in the chat room of Mr. Fred to share it when I visited the site. I will send you the video. No, when I visited the site, you see that we got some Burkinabes there that are teaching our people how to do the weaving. But now these Burkinabes,
Mr. Minister, please. Can you repeat that again, please? I beg you. Repeat that, please.
I said the president hired a few Burkinabes serving as teacher there, teaching some of our people about the weaving and teaching some of the Liberian men.
Are there teaching our people valuable business skills.
Yes, valuable business skill. And the contract was signed for 1 year. And the 1 year have expired. The contract have expired. They are to go back this particular month. So all the people who they thought will also take over. But the challenges are met according to my assessment. We are still importing the raw material. We are still importing the raw material, which is the terrace. So what we are trying to do is to open farm there so that our own traditional terrace can be planted and then the raw material can be produced from Liberia and they will straight be going through the finishing product. But now up to date, we don't have the raw material in Kulahun in Lofa. You know, when the war came, those of you who lived in Lofa before the war, our people used to plant the cotton in the rice and they used to harvest it. I don't know how many of you experience that. Okay. When the war came, most of those cities
cross planting.
Yes. No, they have the real traditional something in Lofa. The country terror, they can plant it and harvest it and finish it into a clue. The country terror. Okay. But when they walk in, most of these CDs got away. So those CDs are coming in now, but most of the farms are not planted in Lofa. So they are trying to make a farm to plant their own CD so they can be importing the raw material to be doing the finishing touches of the clothes. And that was I was there when I did went for the visitation there. But the institution is there, and the Japanese government have promised to support fully 1 year any other things that we want to do. So when I visited the place in Akin, I told my minister that look, there's a new big additional training hall. The hall that there is small. Then they lack power bulb water. There's a need that we run pump there for power bulb water. And secondly, they need additional solar panel for energy energy power. So those are the things that are going on there. I will send you the video. I will send you the video in the WhatsApp and you can share it. So the institution is there and it's growing gradually. It started last year, they go 1 year. This second year, they are growing gradually. Our women are producing enough clothes from Lofa. If you go there, you will see country clothes all over Lofa, and they are trying to see how to be even exporting it also. So those are the institutions that we're trying to build for our people.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. You're most welcome. I'm not hearing you. Hello.
So we're going to go to the lines now and take questions.
Okay.
From the
Okay, very good.
Yes. You know, and then we'll come back and then you respond to the callers, right?
Okay.
Alex, it's up to you. Give us some calls, please.
I beg to differ, Liberia. Top FM 105.3, we on the air. Leader, shout, shake Koroma.
What's up, folks? And of course, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Yes, this evening on top 105.3. So let's see what I can do here. Okay. Yes, for those of you been monitoring us through the radio, for those of you been watching us, you can now put a call through on 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. Call us on 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. We're going to land a picker Berikatu here. Good evening.
Well, we were the Zana. Good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
And good evening to our professors. Welcome into the brand new week edition class. And let me say good evening to the Honorable Assistant Minister. Thank you. Congratulations. I listen to you. But I got a question. All that you just deliberated on, is it that all the Google things only restricted to Monrovia, or are you thinking in the direction of decentralizing all of the Google things? Because I think we too in the rural area deserve better just as Monrovia-based citizens. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. Let's hear you this evening. Number support usual 776 105 105 881 14 3504.
Alex, I'm going to tell you about WhatsApp number now.
All right, so yeah, so for those of you abroad watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, the orange number is the WhatsApp number. It's also on the dashboard. 776 105 105 is our WhatsApp line. If you call us, we're going to pick you up here this evening. So just look on the scrolling text on your screen. You will see the WhatsApp number is the orange, and then you put your calls through. So if you call us, we're going to pick you up from the WhatsApp line here and put it through. So call us on 0776 105 105 881 14 3504. 0776105105 881-143504 are the numbers supported you. Let's hear from you this wonderful evening.
Producer correct. All tonight, we beg to this day. I beg to differ, my people. If it's not correct, we go talk and so.
Let's hold it there. Go on the phone line and pick up this person. Good evening.
Yeah, Ali evening.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Your name, where do you join from?
Yeah, my name is Opoku Town.
Opoku Town.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, something I'm working in the country and very embarrassed. I want to find out is what I will have to do in the country. I don't know.
Thank you. We have a guest now. So there was our discussion base. So tomorrow in the morning, I'll talk the top morning talk. We discuss that. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, join us tomorrow the top morning talk, and then we can discuss about that. But for tonight, only I beg to differ have a guest. So you've been following the show, you've been listening. Panelists asking questions here tonight. So it's about time too that you call in and with in.
Whatever known as Belikato, you don't force, but compared to do the right thing. And we are insurance engineer. I also heard you talking about some Burkinabes were brought in country by the government to do some teaching of our people. So my question would be, they say that in that setup for which you brought Burkinabes to do teaching, we don't have any librarian from your survey that you did. We don't have any librarian who are knowledgeable to that, to carry on teaching, except that you bring in foreign national. We want to get that clear from you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So folks, keep your calls coming in on 776-105-105, 881-143504 are the numbers supported through. And those of you watching us online, just post a call through on 776-105-105 is our WhatsApp line. If you call us, you're going to be live here this wonderful evening hour. Let's hear from you. 776-105-105, 881-143504. 0776-105-105, 881-143504, 881-143504. Call us these two numbers tonight at the studio lines, and you're going to be part of it.
We think are we ready to fight? No Panama, no parent life. Shoot my stuff, we not go high. Mr. Kotubo, bring them sense. Ready veterans, pick one and spend. I'm a right, talk and play clear. Anthony, WK, see the make me think clear. Claudia Smith, some woman here. You wrong, she goes there.
776-105-105. Let's go on the line and pick Mr. Amon Williams here this evening. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
Welcome to the show.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Be very Ukraine with money for the Burkina. We will not come out in the future tomorrow. What is the plan you're putting in to stop the inflow of Burkina, at least to come into our country, because they overcome it on what we do to stop this inflow of Burkina? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. 776-105-105, 881-143504. 0776-105-105, 881-143504. We'll pick up one or two and then we'll go back to the panelists here. 776-105-105, 881-143504. Let one line and take this person. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Your name and where do you join from?
I'm Alvin Sowe, calling from Canon Community.
Come again with your name?
Alvin Sowe.
Alvin, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you for your show and welcome the Honorable Minister. But my concern had to do with the Burkina. We talk about teaching. And even our current president now, they are agriculturalists. So there's no trained librarians that we have in the country to train. So even when you have to do with planning Kugo or planning any other thing when it comes to agricultural thing, or to send librarians outside to train them to come back and do the rightful thing. So which are the training now that they bring in the people for, that they have to train our people? Which are the training? That's a nice question.
Thank you so much, Alvin, for being part of the show. How you spell your last name?
Soway, S-O-W-A-Y.
S-O-W-A-Y. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you too.
0776-105-105-88-114-3504. 776-105-105. 88-114-3504. We take out one more call and we give it back to. So let's take this person. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Your name, where do you join from?
Manuel Hodges.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. So the one I want to tell you, the Burkina Faso, they are correct. You see, you go to the photo, Nana, the photo there. So the Coco then let them wait. What are you commenting for them to go, or they're going by the set? I want to know.
Thank you. We are discussing the petty business, right? So, yeah, I don't think he's a rightful person to answer that question. But let's take another person. Hello. All right. 776-105-105, 88-114-3504. 10:30, we will stop picking our calls. So just put in your calls. We have 2 minutes up to 10:30, and then the opportunity is yours. Put your calls in on 776-105-105. Let because no, but we can continue taking your one, right? Yeah, we can continue taking your one. So this is why we get the opportunity 2 times to call. Just go ahead, Chief, and ask maybe a 2 or 3 questions. But coming back 1 or 2 times, no. Let's give other people the chance to take time. 776-105-105, 88-114-3504. The number supported through, and you can also call us on the WhatsApp line 776-105-105. Our WhatsApp number, if you call us, you're going to be part of the show here. So 776-105-105, 88-114-3504. The number supported through, and you're going to be part of it. So at this point, we'll give it back to.
Thank you.
The panelists continue the show here. They see. Do appreciate every one of you. And let's just keep listening and don't you go away. So, Mr. Wright, it's back to you guys.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. Mr. Minister, you're muted.
Yeah, if you I have one question too later on.
All right, Mr. Minister, you're muted.
You getting me now?
Yes, we are hearing you. Yes.
Okay. Hello?
Yes. This is where you respond to the callers.
Okay. I can start responding now?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Let me start from bottom.
All right.
The last caller said, why we brought the Burkina Faso for? What we brought the Burkina Faso for? We brought them because if you visit Burkina Faso, they got one of the largest weaving center there. They are producing, and we didn't bring them for confusion or for any other matter as you think. Probably you may have been thinking that other news concerning Burkina Faso in the southeast, where they are causing problem, is why you are thinking of. No, those people came, they are listening, they are documented, they have every document concerning what they are here for. And if the contract expired, they will obviously return. Okay, the key to impact knowledge in our people. And you say Nobody in Liberia. Since the walking, how many villages have you visited up interior and see these kind of weaving traditional kitchen there? It's no more in any of the town. Okay, they walk carry all those people. They walk carry most of those people that are having that idea of facing country club. Most of them. I don't think you can see anybody that easily have that idea now. But since last year, the people being attending that school, you go look for now, you will see even women have the idea of facing or weaving their own clothes now. Okay, so that's why they were brought for, and the entity that have been established, that entity is not going to fail. It will only continue to enlarging until other people will leave from other areas. In fact, the next plan is we should take it from Lofa and also spread it in other counties. Okay, people will leave from Lofa and go in other counties to also teach, to also impart knowledge in our people who have interest in weaving. So that was like a pilot study, a pilot case that took place in Lofa. And that's why you see we brought people abroad to teach our people those things. Okay, the second question you said, most of the businesses or the idea we use in Monove we have it. I told you no. I told you we were in Cape Mount for the cassava harvest. We were in Cape Mount. We did that. From there we went in Magibi, and I show you some cassava farmers in Magibi who are finishing cassava product into a very good food, or what you call super gari, Ebe Vani. His farm is right on the road before entering BWR. So it is not only Monrovia, we are trying to decentralize it. In fact, the people who are in a rural area, they are more engaged in businesses than even some people who are in Monrovia. The only thing is because of road or because of access to finance. But what they do is that most of their money they get, they put it in the bed and have it in the room. They don't have banking system to put the money in the bank. And that's why we are trying to establish these kind of a financial institutions so people can be taking their money there. So the people, the process that we are on, I told you, it is not 100%, but 2 or 3 years from now, you will see that things will improve in the business sector. Somebody just told me that when they went to register their business, they constrain the call there. And I'm promising you now, as you go there, within a week, you will be done with your document. So we are trying to revamp and make all the process easy so that the business community can have easy and control of what they want to do. Nobody control them, they should be independent. And government cannot employ everybody. What we are embarking on, you may not understand it today. This is why always time we have the public-private partnership dialogue. We always have it. Liberia, everybody that will vote will say the president need to get a green letter. But other countries, like in America, the private sector is the one even that drives the government. Government is just accessible people. So we are trying to expand the private sector. Through that, you will see that the country will grow and the country will develop and businesses will improve. Even the government will also be vibrant. So that's why we are embarked on all the measures to put in place to ensure that you be having a suitable business environment. Hello? Hello?
Yes, answer
Hello,
the questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's go around again for further questioning. Thank you for responding to the callers. Let's start with you, Mr. Wulu. What's your one question?
So thank you, Mr. Wright. I listened to the minister very keenly where Mr. Cassell asked a question. What are those business that foreigners shouldn't have involved themselves into? And then he talked about Babisha, Keke, motorbike riding. And then he also says this law are effective. I want to know how effective this law, because now in Grand General we speak, there are foreigners who own Babisha. They are foreigners that own traffic and riding back. So if you are saying this law is effective, I want to know how at this law being effective, and why up to this time foreigners are still involving their self into business that your citizens supposed to be.
Thank you very much. I told you the law was enacted on the 12th. It has been dormant. I told you. Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
I said the law was enacted 2012. It has been dormant. Ono Banasali or Joshua or dormant. Joseph Boakai came to enforce it. I told you we started it. We did a awareness and we gave 30-day ultimatum. It is not just going to be into one, but I told you we have embarked and the task force is on the field. They will be moving from county to county, county to county. The calendar of event is crafted. I think by next week they will be in Bonn. From there, they will go to Nimba. They will be moving from county to county to give the awareness to our people and to also make sure that the foreigners leave that sector. I didn't tell you, say we have completed it. I've said we have embarked on it. It was launched in Magibi the few days we were in Kakata. And from there, we will continue to other counties. So it's not going to be just an event. It will take a process. It will even take the whole year. Okay, but we're enforcing it gradually. So from now to December, you will see that most of those businesses where foreigners adventure, they will leave from there from now to December. I can promise you that.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Minister, let me follow up on that question.
Yeah.
It will be much easier. I mean, you can do the thing with your eyes closed. You were asked about the business registry, and you said you have improved things at the registry. So which means you don't have to send people in the county to be running after, Mr. X, Mr. Y. You got the people in your data. You know, for example, who Mr. Wulu is talking about in Zwaru that have registered and running and doing things as foreigners who are not supposed to be doing what they're doing. You know that. You should have that as part of your record. All you got to do is revoke the license. And that's it. And that makes sense?
That makes sense. But one of the strategies we are using is when they come to renew, because the license given to them or the business registry given to them, they have an expiring date. So we also have people at the various offices that are waiting, and when you go to renew, they will tell you, look, this particular code is not for you, because all businesses go with code.
Mr. Minister,
okay.
Let's be true to ourselves. There are thousands of librarian businesses that are running that have not been regular, whose registration is not regularized. It's not.
I just told you that. That we have informal business
sector. Renew. How will you know that he's running, an illegal business?
This is why I told you we are using few measures. We have our tax for on the fee, and we also have people in the office. Why it is true that which of the law human being cannot test? Even the moderate law to say when you kill is a crime. There are people who stay in the darkness of killing. So you will not just sit and say you will not have people on the fee to ensure compliance. You have to have people on the field to ensure compliance. And we have our inspectors in all the countries. So you will see that in all the countries, you will see those task force. Not only the people that are living from Monrovia, when I say people in the field, we have our inspectors in all the countries. Okay, they will be on the field to ensure compliance. Because if you said people will stay violent, people have to test the law, people have to test the policy. But I told you from now to December, you will see that most of the problem will be mitigated because we just started on the enforcement. We gave 30-day ultimatum and we created awareness and we told people to leave those businesses that are set aside, especially foreigners, those businesses that are set aside for Liberian. Okay, the awareness was created and we gave them time. So now we have embarked on the enforcement.
Okay, thank you. We got at least an hour, 20 minutes to go, so I think we'll go about the two questioning. Mr. Veteran Smith, are you there?
I had a quick question for the minister.
All right, let's go around the table quick. Veteran Smith, are you there? Okay, let's go to your two questions quick. Let's do that, Mr. Casa, your two questioning.
Okay, Mr. Minister.
Yes.
I'm in Balatwa. I decide that I got a good business and I want to register my business. Walk me through the process. But all the way from Balatwa, now in Monrovia.
You go to Banga, you don't need to come on over. You get to Banga, you get to the administrative building, we got a service center there. When you get to the service center, they will show you the office of the Commerce Ministry. From Balatwa to Banga is shorter than to come on over. We got our offices in the country.
So the same registration I do in Monrovia, I can do in Balatwa.
You can know in Banga.
You mean Banga? Sorry, in Banga.
Yes, you can do it. You can do it in Banga.
Okay.
If you get to Bon County, the senior inspector general in Bon County is David Matua.
Okay.
You see it.
That's a good response. I like that. Okay, a quick question. The Liberian government they have had this policy. They've been encouraging people to, entrepreneurs to add value to their produce. So instead of just grabbing the raw cassava, try to turn it into flour. Other areas, rubber, try to turn it into whatever, rainbows, table, whatever. So what sort of incentive plan does your ministry have to make this thing a reality, this value addition to our produce?
Well, some of the plan we outline here is, we told you the first thing we want you to register and get your team number. And if you register during the registration process, we will know the type of business that you are involved in, the category of business you will be put on. And from there, we will ask you when the time comes to apply for grant or loan. Or we ask you to either seek opportunity for training, where they will teach you business management or financial management on how to run your business. If
Okay,
you do that,
I don't think you got my question. I'm already running a business. I'm doing fine. We do 1 ton of cassava every year. Now I want to go add value. I want to turn the cassava into flour. I want to turn the cassava into other items. So I mean, is there an incentive plan that you guys do to help me with this whole process, to drive this process? I mean, do you have something to help small businesses make that transformation?
Oh, of course.
Not only extraction, but to add value to the extraction.
Okay, if you produce it and you say you want to add value to it, the first thing we do is, as I told you, if you visit the site, if you visit the Commerce Ministry, we have a team that can visit your site and see what you are talking about. But mind you, more people will come, what they will tell you about their business. When you even do a diagram investigation, if you visit it, it will not be the actual story that they are giving you. So if you come and you want to change, like the last time we get some farmer a processing machine, both the rice farmer and the cassava farmer get a processing machine. There are people who wanted to process. There's something from January saying from the other end to straight to the other end. We get a machine. Okay. So if you come, they will assess your farm. They will assess your farm. There are people who assess your farm. There are people who are also doing palm nut. Right? They need a machine to finish the palm nut into oil. Okay. They got palm nut processing machine also. So this is what I say, on a loan or on a grant, there's a way that you acquire that machine. There's a way. But you obviously have to be registered first. That's the main thing. You have to be registered first. When you register, there are a whole lot of opportunity that you can explore to improve your business. That's why we're encouraging the registration. And that's why we even want to do the registration free. Before people say, oh, the petit trade registration, people want to get money from all blah, 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 blah. We are anticipating that, look, we just launch it and we go around, people want to register, we register them, and we see how they can be identified. Especially the petty businesses.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Minister. Before I go on to Mr. Nippet, let me ask you, what are the market? What is the market? And how is the government helping the Liberian businesses to discover new markets or to create, a market, a domestic market that is strong enough to be able to absorb all of the new ventures that is opening up, and so that these small businesses can grow, so that it can scale? What is the government doing in that direction?
To create a new market?
Yeah, I mean, you can't have the people, producing the cassava, the adding body to it, they turning it into flour and gari and fufu powder and all this stuff that nobody can buy. They can't explain it. They're not moving it. It's not moving. It becomes a lost cause. So what is the government doing in that direction to help them move the product?
I think one of the things the government is doing further is to create rules. Okay. The government have impact on road connectivities. Secondly, there's a policy we call expo readiness. There's a process we call expo readiness. If you produce a food and you want to export it outside the country because of the market, you go to the external lab. If you go to the external lab and your food is tested and is certificated, is qualified for exporting, you will see that government can help you provide loan or grant for you to export your goods.
Okay, sounds good.
We have entered under the common mutual called the external lab.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Mr. Nippet. Mr. Nippet, your 2 questions, sir.
Liberia could produce the likes of Dangote of Nigeria in the oil, gasoline, cement industry. Liberia has its own company named the Liberian Produce Marketing Corporation. It is my understanding that that corporation, instead of being managed,
is it still there, Mr. Nippet?
Huh?
Is it still there? I think it's been changed to Lacra.
Yeah, been changed to Lacra.
Okay. And even it's being changed
regulatory community.
To Lacra. So in other words, thank you for that correction. In other words, you don't have any entity in Liberia that is strengthening
to Lacra.
Yeah, so in other words, you do not have any entity in Liberia that will strengthen the commercial aspect of our country to incentivize farmers such that they can start producing things on a larger scale with a view of exporting. Is that what I'm getting from you when you talk about Lacra?
No, Lacra is also doing that. Lacra is doing it along with IFA. IFA is even giving seeding. They give you the seeding, you plant, and Lacra purchase it. So we all are working together for that purchasing market you are talking about creating market. You don't produce and your goods stay with you that it will not be purchased. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I have not really seen that. Because Lacra even have a warehouse.
In the Freeport?
Yeah, Lacra have a warehouse.
In the Freeport?
Yes.
Does it export?
In fact, with decentralization, all the facilities that LPMC were having in the country, Lacra have renovated it, they have upgraded them. Yeah.
So you are exporting produce?
Oh, yes.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. My second question has to do with a come back into the supermarket again. I remember during the Talbot's administration, we have Nim supermarket right there on Center Street and another area. It's run by Mr. and Mrs. Gooding. They are late now. I said initially, will you have your mother? And that is in, I'm talking about Liberia, and I put it in the context of mother. It is you, the children, or the child who must support that family. Is there any plan for Liberians to be engaged into the supermarket venture? And if it was so, what would the commerce be prepared to do?
When you get to Sefe Junction, it is Liberia own supermarket that have been constructed there. We went to Sefe Junction before reaching to Cali Junction. You see the minimum. It is Liberia own supermarket that have been constructed there. And you see that Liberian made goods will be sold there. And the Commerce Ministry have embarked also of creating a shop to the RRA where you will see only Liberian made. If you visit the Commerce Ministry now, right on the ground floor, as soon as you enter, you will see a shop there where you have the Liberian made being sold. So many ways we are creating a market for our people. So many ways.
Those are local markets, right?
Yes, local market. And Liberia business, you will see it. You will see the Liberia honey, you will see the Liberia canyon, you will see the Liberia dry kettle that beating, you will see the Liberia. I mean, those are the market.
But Mr. Minister, all what you have just said alludes to the fact that those are small, medium enterprises. How can you gradually improve those enterprises into industrial activities, to an industry? Because nobody wants to be a small boy all the days or a small girl all the days of his life. There must be a growth process. So what is the growth process to elevate these small, medium enterprises into export industry?
You see, the growing of businesses is a vicious circle. You will always see a small business. If you take a small business and make them to medium, another small business will exist. If you take a medium and make them to large, another medium business will exist. It's a vicious circle. But what we are trying to tell you is that there's a program that we put in place. We want it to be standard so that can just be going on. Okay? There will be people that will grow from the lower end and come to the middle class, from the middle class to the larger, and you will see that another small end will also come. That's why we say we have this program to grow them. And we have all the capacity building, we have the loan, we have the grant system, we have to send someone else all of the country, we have to send someone else India and China and all those things. We have to bring some people here to empower them. We have workshop, we have seminar. So many ways we are doing to uplift them.
So if our interested in the rubber industry to make slippers, gloves, plastic utensils and things, will commerce be on board with me to talk to Firestone to at least have a certain quantity of its export to be sent to my factory?
Oh, what now?
Production
factory. Formal union. We have the rubber formal union, and most of them are producing rubber on their own and it being purchased. So, I mean, there's a way that the government will do some, you will do some. It is not that when you come, the government is going to take 100%, but the government will create the avenue to do what you want to do. It is not the government that is going to decide what you want to do. It is you that will decide what you want to do. And you get to the government, and the government create an avenue to ensure that your dream come to a reality.
Okay. Mr. Minister, I think we have hold you a lot. There's only 11 o'clock there to you, PM in Liberia. and you got to be to work tomorrow. So in the last 4 minutes that we have, let's have you give your parting comments, please.
Okay, thank you very much. And let me first say I'm honored, and I want to extend many thanks and appreciation to your panelists. And I only want to recommend that we could do this periodically to make sure that our people be informed, that our people be aware of what is going on, because sometimes people in the diaspora get bad picture of the government and mislead other people and stop investors. Some part of last week Thursday, we had SME from America, and we had program for them through the diaspora office. They are the office that have been created by His Excellency Joseph Ntima Boakai called the diaspora office at the mansion. That diaspora office has been used as a medium to attract investor, business people, SME to come into the Republic of Liberia. So last week Thursday, we had a meeting with some SME from America, and they came, they did their assessment, and they are encouraged that they are going to come back. So programs like this will also be informing the people in the diaspora that our doors, our windows are open to encourage Liberians to invest here, to encourage Liberians to do businesses here, to even encourage Liberians to import rice and do other things here. So let me say thank you very much, and I hope there will be a periodic activities that will be able to inform our people. I'm very honored to appear on your platform tonight. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minister. But here's what I want to ask you before you go.
Yeah.
You know what you have done tonight? It truly shows that you are in the business of the people. You are in the people service business because you want to get the information, which is true.
Yeah.
You see, not many of your fellow ministers would do what you just did tonight. To say, you don't do this on a periodic business. You have to do on a ongoing business, because we are in the people's business. We got to keep informing the people. Not too many of your fellow ministers do these things. We run after them; they don't show up. So I want to beg you now: can you be a means through which we can be able to get the minister, your deputy, on this show? You talk to them, say, I'm on the platform, and it was great. You know, we'll have people watching from India, from Burkina Faso, and everywhere, from the US. I think you need to go on that platform too and talk to the Liberian people and talk to the people around you.
Okay. I will engage my bosses tomorrow immediately. Anything I will tell you. You always text you on WhatsApp now.
Okay. Great. Thank you,
And
Mr. Minister.
Thank you very much.
All right. Mr. Nippy, you want to say goodbye to the minister before you leave?
Of course. I mean, he's been very, very, very gentle with his time. He could have been doing certain things. Mr. Konya, Assistant Minister Konya, let me respect you with your official title. Assistant Minister Konya, it has been a very, very good time having you on the set. And I think you mean well for history to recall you and keep all the good work and make this place your place of disseminating the information about what the commerce can do, how the commerce can do it, how long does it take, what do you have to do in order for our country to improve. This is about Liberia. That's why I put it in the context of a mother. That if a mother must shine, a mother house must be beautiful. It must be her children. So we are the children of the Republic of Liberia, and Liberia growth process can only be done by Liberians because we got nowhere to go. It's been a pleasure having you on this set, and our arms are open to welcome you whenever you want to. Just call on us. Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Have a great night, Mr. Oh no, we got a veteran Smith before you go, Mr. I beg you. Mr. Minister, I beg you. Let's get a veteran Smith at least a few minutes to talk to you before you go, I beg you. Veteran Smith?
Yeah. I just wanted to
That's the party. Now, you already get the party comment, please.
Yeah, but it's something he can put it in a party comment.
He already did. I just want you to say Cuba to him. That's all.
Oh.
I mean, you've been away. We've been calling you. You know.
Yeah, but yeah, something I'm busy. Yeah. But anyway, your knowledge, your experiences in other professions. I know you're bringing it to the small business at the Ministry of Commerce. And I know you will bring all that together and make small business stronger.
Sure.
Maybe the next time we have you, I will let you dwell into all your other experiences, how it helping you to advance.
Man, they're going to bring a deputy and a minister itself.
The minister and the deputy minister, then he can come in subsequent. He is the road brusher. He's brushing the road for them.
I in touch with getting there also, but
Okay,
so I brought
good.
him. I brought him first, then I work on the other people.
That's good. That's very good. That's good. All right, Mr. Minister, we had you for too long now. It's 11 p.m. there to you. Gotta let you go. You got a big day tomorrow ahead of you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Many respects.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Alrighty. Want to say big thanks to you, big ups to you, Veteran Smith, for making this happen. Keep doing the.
But we're not finished yet. In that 8 o'clock, yeah, you're rushing early. That's why I told you how another topic.
What did I say?
Oh, you said. Oh, I thought you said we're about to close.
No, I'm saying we have to let the minister go because he got to work tomorrow. We can't keep you on the set up to 12, midnight. But we still got at least an hour to go. And we're gonna come back and talk about the show. Really appreciate you guys staying with us tonight. You guys doing an excellent job. Continue to like and share. I'm very impressed with the numbers here tonight. I told them to bring in Minnesota because they love the Minnesota. We love the Minnesota. They love the ministers. But look, let's go around the table. Gotta do the quick after a post interview. Post-conversational, conversation. Mr. Napier, what do you think about what the minister said? And are there anything that he did not touch on, or are there things that he talked about that you would have loved for him to give more information on? Or are there any things that you think that you want to hold constant, going forward?
Well, I think from where he sits as the point man, yeah, from where he sits as the point man, I'll call him the point man. He's there to help the ministry with the kind of policy that they need to drive the effort of the SMEs and other businesses. I think what he has said is what is on his immediate supervision or what on his direction. And in Africa, you cannot do more when you have a boss. The first thing the boss will tell you, you know more than me. You want proof that you know more than me, and it creates administrative friction.
Oh my God.
When you're trying to be the platform upon your boss will rise. And the boss that then start looking at you with a sore eye. Mm. Yeah, but there are some other bosses I've had experience with. They are so generous with understanding that when you come with one of such persons is let me get out of the box and start keeping the people in the maze of thinking. One of such persons is His Excellency Joseph Juma Boaka. We're LPMC, and two officers were doing the same job. So I had the pleasure of, I like to write, so I had the pleasure of informing him and bringing that to his attention. And in due time, we consolidated the two offices around 1979, 1980. And then we maximized the resources that were going on the left and the right for the same kind of job that people were doing. And we thrived. This is why I'm overly passionate about the Liberian Produce Marketing Corporation. And I thought it was inexistent. I did not know. And thank you so much that I have to be informed that it has changed its nomenclature to something brand new. I hope it is not only there to just buy produce and then ship. I hope the desire of the person at the helm of the whatever the nomenclature is.
LACRA.
LACRA is desirous of transitioning from only purchasing and exporting to adding value. Because when you speak about the economy, you talk about manpower, you talk about the means of production. And when you are producing, then you have then the economy looks like a revolving door. The money begins to circulate. In that country, you see people can benefit. The question of depending on these expatriates, which is good, of course, can be a little bit controlled, where the expatriates come in and all they care about is they come in with small money, but they take more. And I always like to put it in the subtext of I have my home. I have a house of 20 rooms. You give me only 3 rooms, and you take 17. And we had witnessed a video just the other day where Liberia, the Republic of Liberia, or Liberians who own their farmland, where money is going on, and cocoa farming, cassava farming, potato farming, all of these things are going on. But the person who owns that area is accruing from the production on his land, something between 30 and 70 and 40 and 60. I think it's about economic, it's about percentage. It's about percentage. The person owns the land. The person buys the seeds. And you are planting. Why should you then get 60% and they get 40 or get 70% and they get 30? The same thing transitions into our respective mining industry. Well, I mean, sometimes I think about our country is like the man who has so much, but his children can't wear good clothes. We saw that in the 60s with the Liberian Mining Corporation, where a ton of iron ore was being sold, and then Liberia getting 10 cents. We saw the same thing with the mine management and associate Mano River, in the Mano River area there, where the people of Liberia, through the government of the Republic of Liberia, were not getting anything substantive with bunk mines. The only company that Liberia had gained something from, which I think they did not maximize, they did not fully utilize, was LAMCO joint venture operation. I think it was 50, 55 or something like that. And LAMCO did a whole lot. LAMCO did a whole lot. Today, Grand Bassa County can boast of a port, which was constructed by LAMCO, even though the metal steel that is there is seeing massive erosion along Atlantic Street, and the whole coconut plantation has eviscerated. I think they are being disingenuous. I think they are only concerned about mining, milking Liberia, and getting our iron ore up. I think I write portion of the concession agreement where they were supposed to build a university in Buchanan, where they were supposed to situate a hospital. To this date, those two projects have not been done, and so the assistant minister Konya knows what he's saying, but he cannot be the man to do more. And I want to salute him this evening for his invaluable time on the set.
All right, Mr. Nippet, let's hold you right there, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring in Mr. Zaza. Mr. Zaza, welcome to the platform.
I thought our female, Zaza.
Zaza. Mr. Zaza, welcome to the platform, sir. How are you doing today? You missed the minister by, let's say, 5 or 7 minutes. Minister just left the platform. But anyway, welcome to the platform. How are you doing today? You're muted, sir.
Thank you for having me. I want to complete my laughing before I open my mic because Mr. Nippy making me to laugh. I know what to say about when I'm looking at the woman, they kind of have on my face.
I gotta check you
because you are handsome. I thought that was a hairdo on your head.
I gotta check you.
You're a handsome man.
You boy. So that all the thing you're talking about, you're looking at, you're just one thing over, right? Don't give you a thank you.
What about a beautiful guy in the studio? So
yeah, man. Anyway, as always, a pleasure to share the same platform with you.
Forgive me, I didn't know that that's a black face cap.
Yeah, that's black face cap. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I usually from Thursday to Sunday. It's a very busy time for me. I can't have the time to rest, so I can always use either Monday or Tuesday to rest. So I woke up late. I'm sorry, I missed the show almost. I got it already after 6. I just let me just go on the show. So I'm sorry for being late. So Mr. Smith, Mr. Nippy, Mr. Wright, and everyone else listening to us, to our producer in studio, as always, a pleasure to share the space with you. Thank you for having me. I don't know what is the new topic now because I missed the one that was posted, but I'm here to contribute to whatever is available. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So let's complete the post appearance of the minister. Then we'll go to our next topic. Mr. Veteran Smith, what's your take on the appearance of the minister? What is it that what is it that he didn't touch on that you would have loved for him to have touched on? And what is it that he touched on that you would like to hold constant? Meaning that you hear, but you don't disagree, but you don't agree either.
Oh, I think he did whatever he came on to do, and much more, based on his position as assistant minister for small businesses. But where he would do more is things that are coming up to help, but he's limited if the administration or President Burka do not encourage banking system in these other counties, and so it can be much more. They have some sort of banking, but it's preferable for them to have banking system in these counties, and decentralization sort of take place. So the next person I will be working on to bring is the Minister of Local Government. Our other guest we had the last time happened to be his boss. He been very busy, engaged with other things, because with all the decentralization program, people can try as hard to bring the form of decentralization to the other county. It won't be complete with all the full plan or implementation of the Local Government Act, which falls under the decentralization program. So for what he had to deliver today, and sending people going other the different countries coming back to contribute, this petty trader and all of these things, and he talked about it. Now they are being organized where they will be located in different places. When you're looking for a petty trader, instead of going all over the country, that one day you see them here, the police remove them, they go, there will be a station, mini mall, that like he said, agro business, get you know where to find if you're looking for those type of product. So it will be well organized, so it will take some time, but he heading in the right direction. Now is the time now for us to bring the minister. Some of the questions we asking, it should have been intended for the minister. Now I'm going after the minister now to come. The boss have, the small businessman have done his job. Now it's time for the minister now to come and uplift what the small businessman has done, and she can add more bone to the meat to the bone, or bone to the meat, either way. And so I will try to work with her, work to get her, and same way with the foreign minister, trying to get her too, because the story is building, and maybe that could be our next topic to continue with the drugs. The American MSA have talked about it, so we can play that audio.
I gotta hold you right there, sir. Hold that. Let's conclude on the minister's appearance.
Yeah, so he
the topic.
Okay, so he did what he was supposed to do, and it's up down to the minister to uphold him, or the government to strengthen the liberalization policy, as well as strengthen the small business office to do more. So that way he can talk more with a minister, a ministry, or the government, strengthen more to these people. Then I know, but he's the right man for the right job. That's what I'll conclude tonight.
Okay. Thank you for that.
And then actually, just 1 second. Actually, just 1 second. It's all right. Just 1 second. Maybe, yeah. And maybe this is about commerce. This is about business. This is about the economy. You need to just extend your wing to the director for investment, right? Yeah, the investment commission. The investment commission too. So that I believe we have something holistic. Commerce, industry, we can have that too.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's do this. I'm gonna get my own comment, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So yeah, I thought he did a great job. I wanted to say, my man, I did it for you to take you from commerce and carry you to the Minister of Information, because you love to talk. I mean, you talk, you talk nonstop. You know what I mean? They say hello to you, you just go on. You don't stop. And now how the guy was going, you said one question, the guy just double it. But it seems to me he came across to me as someone who really loves what he's doing. It seems like he's a good fit for the ministry and for the role. He understands what needs to be done. The first time he appeared and he started talking about loan collateral and the term of the loans and how when payment plan, I said that guy is the right guy, because that is his wheelhouse. This is where that office need to be focused, and it seems like doing that. So he's a good fit. What I would like for him to do is to provide some detailed information about the SMEs. I mean, he gave us the number that currently in existence. He said 10,000 plus SMEs in the country. What I would like to see is that, how many SMEs are coming up, perhaps on a quarterly basis. How many are they registering to the business registry? And then let's dive much deeper into the numbers. How many of these businesses that are registered are surviving and skilling from the the SME level, to the enterprise level, and then to the corporate level. How many of these guys are doing that? And what are they doing differently for other that are failing in the process? Because if, like you said, you have a business advisory, okay, that's good. What are you telling them? If I actually show up to, to the commerce minister, he's all good, man, go talk to the experts down there so they can advise you on your business plan. What are they going to tell me? They got to show me these numbers. Actually, you want to go into paper making? Look, we had 500, businesses that open into paper making, and today only 2 survived. These are the reasons why they were able to survive, and these are the reasons why they failed. So we're telling you not to do X, Y, and Z. Put this X, Y, and Z into place so that you too can succeed. Look for the pitfalls. But he could not say that tonight. That was my only, hold up with him. I think if he incorporate that into his narrative, it will be a holistic picture you'll be giving investors and the country as a whole. But I know the guy was great. I can't fault him. He was great. So we want to end on that note. Thank you so much. Let's move down to the next topic. Thanks, you guys, for those of you that are still with us and still pressing our like button. Well, thank you so much. Please continue to share. I see you here, Mr. Kangwe. Elijah Kangwe. He said, if some of you are not speaking, you should please mute yourself. Okay. Some of you background is too noisy and is giving the show a bad feedback. I just had to read that, gentlemen. I got to read that. That's what Kangwe is saying. I don't even know. I just seen it. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kangwe. We have been very cognizant about that. We'll continue to be. But let's go on to the next topic. So, Mr. Fred Veteran Smith, you're bringing up a topic that you want to talk about. I don't have nothing to talk about. So we'll go around the table. We still got at least 40 minutes to go, so we can use 20 minutes on each. One for you, and either one from Mr. Zaza or for Mr. Nippet. Mr. Fred, what you got on mind?
Yeah, there are 3 audios were sent to you. One of them, Mr. Honorable Nippet would love to talk about. They said the ambassador that we've been talking about, she out of the country now, and Trumpets did audio on that. That's one. 2, the $19 million drug bust. The American ambassador or somebody from the American embassy talking on that. There's an audio on that, how they have a partnership relationship with the government, and they're very much pleased that this relationship working. We could play that tape and get something and comment on that. And the third one is Darren DeLong, the senator. He is requesting why should you hide the names of these individuals from the drug. He will call them, if they don't state the name, they will be called for hearing by the Senate. So those 3 different audio, if we play it, we can chew upon it today. We don't have to delay it for another day.
Thank you. Mr. Zaza, any preferred topic you want to talk about?
Yeah, thank you. I think one of the topics that I had in mind, Mr. Smith talked about it, that issue has to do with the drug. But he has so many topics lined up, so I don't know if you can just look at the drug. That's one. But the reason I actually think about drug because it's the hottest topic on the blog right now. But I want to also look at the government's response, like I said before, to the clergymen in Nigeria. I really want to speak to it because I think it's important for people to know what is happening. The government is asking the clergymen to focus on his country to see the people have been kidnapped, whether the government God can tell him to see whether people be kidnapped, but God can only tell him about what happened in Liberia. So he should focus on his country. I want to look at that response, see what we can say about that, whether the government is saying it the right So I meet him and say, what talking? Anyway, I think you get what I said, right? I meet him and say, Mr. Right, you always meet the same, be talking to you, say,
No, we heard you about the government and the Nigeria privilege.
Yeah, you talk about the clergyman and then the drug thing.
Drug
right,
thing.
okay.
All right.
What's on my mind?
Uh-huh.
What's on my mind is the protection of Mr. Zaza and the Bailiwick Week of the Republic of Liberia. What's on my mind is about the armed forces of Liberia since I was founded to protect Mr. Zaza.
Hold on.
Protecting me? What way now? Hey, God. Mr. Nibu, now how much time will I go into our topic?
Mr. Nibu, you're not being serious today.
I'm very serious. My passion for the AFL, coming from the Liberian Frontier Force to the Liberian National Guard, and then eventually the AFL. And the recent troubling experience had given me this urgency, the fierce urgency for us to talk about the AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia.
What do you want to talk about? Quick one. Why should we talk about it?
We want to talk about since it was founded, it just increased by 300%. When it was founded on February 6, 1908.
Mr. Lincoln, where did you get that information from that it has increased over 300%?
Oh, I mean, they say it's approximately 2,000. It was founded, it was only 500 by President Barkley, His Excellency President Arthur Barkley.
Manpower stands at 2,000.
This is what is allegedly being told to us, that it stands at 2,000. So if it were
4,000, but it should be less.
Okay. So if it was founded on February 6, 1908, with a strength of 500, and up to it's almost 70 something or 50 or 60 something years old to this point, then there's something happening.
Okay.
So I think we should get into that because it has to do with all of the influx, you know.
Mr. Lippy, I am with you, but we cannot discuss that AFL issue tonight because you know why?
Why?
I am much more vested in that topic than you are.
Okay.
I am a child of the BTC PHP Kikia. I grew up in the BTC.
Oh, but so do I.
Okay, so I want us to take much time.
Okay.
Not 30 minutes to talk about it. So what we're going to do, I don't know, we're going to set at least an hour and a half tomorrow. If
Right.
we get a guest, I'm going to make sure we turn our guests, away so we're going to preserve 1.5 hours for ourselves to talk about the AFL. And like you're right, we'll encapsulate, or everything that happened with the drug and all the other stuff. So let's hold it right there, sir, because I'm with you on that topic, 100%.
Wonderful.
Tomorrow we're going to, I'm going to post in the chat room tomorrow so that everybody can do the research over the military, come with your information. Let's do a deep dive into it. I am 1,000% for it. I'm a China mentor. If I'm Mr. Nibbit, I got to talk to you because we got to do something about the military. I've been witching to find somebody to help me to do this. Since you are also part of it now, we got to work towards it.
All my life, when I was being, when I having all the accolades about playing football and all that, I did that right in the barracks. I did it with Samuel Doe. I did it with Thomas Watson, Nicholas Podia.
Okay.
Even the general, all those people were my friends. They always used to come around me.
You see, Montana was a Saint Chipley.
Oh, I'm talking about the 60s.
I know, that was Montana, Saint Chipley.
For organization since that time, February 6, 1908.
I know.
Let's leave it right there.
Let's leave it right there. I know. Because we're opening and we will not stop. Let's leave it right there. It's a very interesting topic. But let's go back. Azaza, I think you agree with the veteran Smith on one of his topics. Let's pick that up. And if we get a little bit of time, we'll come back to your we'll get a little bit of time to spare. We'll come back to
Mr. Wright.
Yes, sir.
I sent you audio. Our guest, when he was here, he talked about what's going on in Lofa County, the women. So I don't know whether we should just continue with that and bring other topic another day. But it's up to you.
Yeah, so let's do this. Let's close up on that. We're already close up on the topic. We'll bring it back tomorrow. We'll talk about it briefly. Don't move on. Let's stay on the next. Let's stay on the next topic. I don't want to be going, in and out. We'll confuse the viewers. So talk to us about you posted a couple of videos in the chat room here. One is about the drug thing, which I agree with you on. So let's play this video. And then
the other one with the U.S. Someone from the U.S. Embassy talking how they assisted in their process. So those two collaborate together, the two videos.
Okay, so let's play the American one, and we'll come back to the LDA.
Okay.
We'll come back to you for you to begin the conversation. One second, I gotta put it on the screen. Yeah, but while we're doing that, talk to us a little bit about what we should expect from this video.
This video, it take a team to make things happen. So when I first heard the representative or ambassador talking about it, that this was a partnership and praising this partnership, how it working. And I felt good about it that those who trying to use our territory as a cartel or drugs, we have not only Liberian security working on the U.S. involved in is to helping Liberia to be more efficient. So for him praising how successful that partnership seems to be working, and the boss is that partnership between two governments.
Okay,
that made me feel good.
Yeah. I'll hold you right there and play the video.
Is an achievement that speaks directly to the power of our friendship. A few days ago, LDEA and the joint security actors intercepted 198 compressed plates of cocaine valued at more than $19 million, bound for export at Roberts International Airport, the second largest cocaine interdiction in Liberia's recent history. That result is no accident. It is a dividend of years of sustained U.S.-Liberia investment through training, mentorship, and equipping, proof that friendship builds real capacity, protects Liberians' communities, and degrades the capacity of criminal networks that threaten global peace and security. To Deputy Commissioner and OIG Biago, and to every officer who made it happen, well done.
Excellent.
Before I go further.
Okay, that's a good one. We like that. We like that. We do like that. That's the kind of collaboration we're asking for. Empowering our people so that they can do the work and not just being told. I'll play the last one and then we'll go back to Mr. Smith.
I think the next one is about front-page Africa.
More than $90 million US. Public pressure is mounting on Liberia's Trust Enforcement Agency to reveal who is behind a massive cocaine shipment seized at the Roberts International Airport. Authorities recently intercepted nearly 238 kilograms of cocaine worth more than $90 million US, but have not disclosed the identities of alleged masterminds. Opposition figures, activists, and protest organizers argue that secrecy is fueling public suspicion and are demanding greater transparency. The LDA says the case involves a complex international drug trafficking network and warns that releasing names too early could compromise the investigation. The case has since reignited concerns about Liberia's growing just crisis and the fight against organized crimes. For Front Page Africa News, this is Emmanuel.
Okay, very troubling, but good to know that the Americans are involved into this. And so this creates a whole new dilemma for the government of Liberia. And image-wise, it doesn't look good. All right, so let me begin with you, Mr. Veteran Smith. Talk to us. There are two things I take away from this. The LDA is not releasing the name. Can you mute, sir? I'll come back to you. They're not releasing the names, and the Americans are saying, and I like the way they describe it, is there 100+ compressed plates of hard drugs. I don't know the type of drug he said, cocaine, whatever it is, heroin, whatever. But it seems to me that the Americans know more, and the Americans are playing it very safely. All right, see, this is what I don't like. My dog is barking, but I know you can hear it, and I'm going to mute because this is what the guy was complaining about. So let's go to you, Veteran Smith, while I go close. I got mouth up.
Yeah, a good recording from whether he's the ambassador or representative from the embassy of the United States to Liberia, to know of that type of partnership, a good partnership between two countries, especially when it comes to drugs and the impact drug is having on our people. So to have the embassy being a partner or the United States being a partner in helping, because they transfer to global drugs. So what happened in Liberia could also play an impact in America. For those who've been following the story, Venezuela, you know how the U.S. were handling Venezuela until they took their leader. Now, whether that's a good example or not, Liberia could be almost in the same predicament. So instead of the drugs leaving from here, we do not know the destination of that drug. The drug don't have any specific territory to land. It could be the same drug that may be going to the U.S., or go to other African countries, or go to Europe. So this partnership, it seems very workable. They are training our people and to be efficient, and this is the result. And he praised the officer of the LDA who saw it, that demonstrated that the training that they trained there seems to be working. That's great news. That more will come. But the names, why the name is being withheld, I'm hearing that it will jeopardize the investigation. And I do know the U.S. might know the people who behind this, but it might be just time before we hear these names. Gerald Delon, who is responsible for that committee or what, is demanding or hearing if their name will not be released. So where I need to find out from Honorable Nebe, if the name released now, I release, and they find top people on that list, would that jeopardize the investigation, or we just know small people, or if you keep the list not mentioned right now until you get to the bottom of it and know how far the list will transfer to top people, where is going on in between, why they don't want this list to come out now. And what I'm hearing, it will jeopardize the relationship or the investigation. That's why they don't want to release the name. So what do you know in the national security or investigation or Navy that would damage the release of the name?
Well, thank you very much for that question. There are times when you want to go deeper to unearth everything. You want to hold fast to naming would be persons of interest. And there are other times while you are holding to the names, the information leaks out and goes to the other people and they elope. So I don't know which of these techniques and mechanics that the LDA is playing, because I'm not near them, nor do I know what they are doing. But I think one thing is sure. There was somebody who took the drugs to the port. They need to find out who took it, whose vehicle was used, who was the driver. I think by now they have the driver, to whom it was consigned, the consignee, and where it was going. They have the quantity, they have estimated the street value. And I go back into my mind about Escobar from Mexico, who had a tunnel drug cartel business. When the U.S. surveillance him and found him, his name was exposed. And other drug people who were associated with him were arrested. Today, Mr. Escobar is in the United States of America. In the Liberian setting, people always say it takes 7 days to 14 days, then everything will die down. We have seen this Madison play before, where the person was taken to court or the persons were taken to court. And to this date, up to that administration going out, we don't know what has happened. But it is troubling when we have a quantity of that much to transit or be imported to Liberia. Imported to be utilized in Liberia and transiting from Liberia to go to the extended part of the world. So it is something that the LDA, not only LDA, is a national security imperative. So the police should be involved, the national security agencies should be involved, so that they can have a collaborative operation such that lands, while the LDA is trying to hold the investigation, the police could be looking for the people, the National Investigation Bureau or National Security Agency, which to this time should have been a covert operation institution. I don't know what they say doing the covert job. Could covertly find out those people who are part and parcel of it. My last thing is here, the crime is a crime. The crime is against the law. The crime does not support big hands. The crime does not punish the small man who is caught with smoking a pack of weed, and then the big man who is manufacturing or exporting, you say, no, that big man, a big knee, no. A big man only becomes a big man when the government considers him for an office. Immediately that big man is discharged from that office, he's no longer a big man. He becomes an ordinary citizen. It is in that context that I think the FDA will do well, since the American government now is coming to support them, that they timely let the public know who are involved, who are those that are involved, so that the good name of this government can be amplified. The good name of this government can permeate all of the different nooks and corners of Liberia, so that this government cannot be looked at as a rogue government, which it is not. But if the FDA hold on to that information so long and the people leave the country, they will be like the previous government. When they had the people, they took them to the court, I think criminal code A, B, or C. What we heard later on was the people ran away. The question, therefore, is stay hunting Where did the people run away from? How did the people run away? Who assisted them to get away? Because criminals always have accomplices. So I think that's what the LDA is doing. But if it wastes too much time, we might suffer the same fate as those people who, I think they were $9 million worth of contraband substances, who are not in prison. I want to stop right there so other panelists can take time.
Mr. Sasha, what angle will you take, or will you appreciate or applaud the Senate, Darius DeLong, demanding the name, and if they don't release the name, they will call for a hearing? Are you going along with Darius DeLong, or are you taking a different approach?
Thank you. Before I address Senator DeLong's point, I want to first go back to the issue of the United States commending our security. This is not the first time. If you ever heard about the widely publicized $100 million drugs, the tip came from the U.S. The U.S. also commended and applauded the Liberian security at the time for busting and arresting people who were involved. Where did that case end? So sometimes not so much about the government coming up quick. People use the kind of fire to as a propaganda to say, oh, even the Indian community supporting us. For me, I want us to wait to see what the outcome is going to be like. This is not the first time we got a drug bust in our country. You know, we're not going to have a drug bust every time, and at the end of the day, we don't know the outcome. So I want to see what the outcome is going to be like. I want to see if people are arrested and sent to jail. Then when the people come and say, "Oh, thank you," did I know what they are telling you? Thank you, but for me, I don't want to say, "Oh, thank you," quick, because our system is different. People will come there at the end of the day, they bribe and they walk away. So I don't think that time to tell people thank you yet, in my opinion. That's just what, because I'm speaking from fact. It's not the first time that people came out and tell thank you, and at the end of the day, they pull the tour, thank you for the pull, walk away. So on the issue, what Senator DeLong said, that's what the senators supposed to be doing. That's what representatives and senators are supposed to be doing. They are the oversight. They are supposed to be checking the executive on this issue. It's disappointing that they will be quiet. These things are happening. I'm sorry, my poor sitting now. Also, I see you hear noise. I beg you, please be there with me. I beg you, I really. And you know, it's so disappointing that people will be in that community, things will happen, nobody will talk. So DeLong is doing the right thing. I hope people will join here and say it's good. Because the thing is, the last time we saw one of our superstars being paraded for $40 drugs. $40, I say 40 million. I say 400,000. I use the 4,000. $40 drugs. They paraded it, man. We saw other people being put out there. What happened to this one? And I want people to understand that drugs were not going, they were not coming to the country. They were leaving the country. Were they manufactured here? Or were they packaged here? How did we get at this point where drugs were about to leave our country? That's a serious thing. So I think the first person that you get, call the person name. Citizens can help investigation more than the security themselves. If you call Zaza name, the security might not know more about the community that Zaza living in. They'll have more information on him. They say, oh, when Zaza was here, Mr. Wright visited you, Mr. Nemo visited you, Mr. Smith visited you. Like that, the security themselves will know all, because if I might decide to be quiet and say, oh, say Mr. Wright, they won't sponsoring me. I'll keep quiet. No, call the wrong person here. I'll call Mr. Nepeni, I'll call Mr. Smith and leave Mr. Wright names out. But if you put a name out there to the point around, will help you will help you with the investigation. But you're keeping the names. So I think it's important for the Senate to get the Senate and the representative to get involved for it to come out. So yes, I support it. That's my opinion on that.
Do you think Uncle Sam, either one of you or maybe Mr. Wright can come in? Do you think Uncle Sam is behind this, know the people name already, but want the process to go?
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're trying to drive at Veteran Smith. And if you listen carefully to the representative there from the embassy, what he was saying, he tried to be more descriptive. He said, 100 plus press plate. What that means, man, telling you this thing was done right here. These people compress those stuff into all that right here. And you could see that he was trying to provide more. That the press ordered that thing right there. And they were trying to move it. But because they have worked with the Liberian agency responsible for stopping these kind of things from happening, they went to work and they did the job. And he is touting that collaboration. Look, everything will do that today. The Americans say they want to hear you, and you, whether you sleep inside, you're dreaming, they will know. They can know that. And there's no exaggeration. They'll know that. You got a TV in your room, they're into it. That's my TV, guys. You got 4K TV, and you get, your pixel is so large, you can see the camera and the picture large in your face. Yeah, as you see that picture, they see you too, And as you enjoy the movie, you breathe, they see you too. Everything you do behind that, they see everything. So if they want to say, yeah, we know how the thing moved and who was involved in it, where it came from, the vehicle, the license plate, the color of the car, the driver, where he came from, the traffic, the route he took or the routes he took, we'll say in America, where he passed on that, they can provide you play-by-play information on that.
Mr. Wright, just on that, when we're doing ethical hiking recently, they told that anything that got electronic in it, that is even your microwave, you think about TV, maybe some people will be your friend, the TV from the room, but anything that got electronic, your phone, just go ahead, Mr. Smith, Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to get it, that one are true.
Yeah. All of these things, they use microwave technology. They call it a wafer. When you see, if you look at the diagram and you see those rings that go, that's the wafer. That's a microwave technology. All of the devices use it. Even in the outer space, they use the microwave technology. It's still down today. That's a dominant, how they call it, means of communication. It's the microwave technology. And so as that thing released, that's a wafer goal, they collect all of that data. So they know. But they cannot overstep the authority of the country. So they will play the role they're supposed to play. Just like they did on the WIA. They'll do the same thing on the boycott too. And they boycott, in respect, sir. They'll do what they've seen to the job we are. And they call job we are the Quantico, and the treating is a small ball. No person has been called to how they call it, not Quantico ball. Oh my God. The NSA site, does that help me? Langley. Yeah, thank you, brother. So Langley, they call Langley and told him. They see a boycott made mistake. At the same thing, they'll do the boycott. They'll call the landlord too. And when they call the landlord, but forget it. That's it. That's a lot of people supposed to call you. When they call you the Langley, it's all the way up here now. They got serious interest in it. So boycott don't want to go that far.
But Mr. Wright, why we never heard the outcome of former President Weah when he went to that place you're talking about, Langley? Why they never disclose it?
Because they got to follow, the process now. They can't. These are responsible people. Responsible government. If they were to do it, you must all be complaining. So, they got to put a disrespect on our sovereignty. This is Liberia. America is trampling on our laws. Look at what it's doing to us.
Aside that, Mr. Right? The people respect what they call confidentiality. That thing also has security implication, and it also has future implication. Now, if they divulge everything that happened with game, Mr. Weah, if they invite the next person, they might not want to go there because they feel them, they might also disgracing the same way they did it. That's one. The second thing about it also make people understand the secret. How they even got to know that I made them invite Mr. Weah. All the thing will be divulged. So to avoid and keep it, so that's why it happened the way it happened.
So in short, it's a covert operation.
Yeah, they can put it out like that, Mr. Smith. That's what
It's a covert operation. You don't, and they have sources and methods, and they cannot tell you this is what we use to get to Mr. Weah or get at Mr. Weah. And the $100 million thing is more than this 19 million. This is just a tip of the iceberg. Like Mr. Rice said, it's like whenever you throw a stone, when you're standing over a river, and you throw one less stone, that pepper has a rippling effect. And so when you have your telephone and you're talking, and you think you're talking to a John Doe, and you think you're talking to concealed information, the Americans have all those information. And I think they are giving a similar kind of gadget to the LDEA to have known the movement of the drugs, when the drugs were going to be moving, where the drugs were manufactured, or the receiver of the drug from outside the country, if it came from outside the country. So then they will not run ahead of you. This is a national affairs. So the leader way are national to see whether they're going to be partial in leaving those that is supposed to bring to justice, leaving them out. Like the $100 million, which is more than 20 times, which is less than 20 times less than the $100 million. Under the former president, George Weah, Excellency George Weah. This one is 19, and you think they don't have an eagle eye on it? They are watching it. Every move that LDA is making, they are watching it. And like Mr. Zaza said, they will do well to let us have the information. Because it's almost going to a week, and we have not had any information as to who are the perpetrators. So I think they are contemplating on what information to tell us and how much the information we need to know. I think that's what they are doing.
Okay. Looking at government to government, working internally, externally, and he emphasized this one of the biggest drug busts in the history of Liberia, the American MSA. Will we continue to see maybe much more intervention, cooperation, where these cartel or these drug dealers will have to find another country to go instead of Liberia? Do you see that happening, or they will still test Liberia?
A criminal just like a rat. A criminal is just like a rat. A rat will eat your smokey or your cheese today, it will still come back. You put it in another place, they will steal it. And once they have used the angle, they will want to make sure that they redesign their method, how to package and how to export. And I think it came from outside and came in, and or it could have been manufactured here. So all of the manufacturing sites, or if it were manufactured in country, they know about it. That will not exclude the fact that they will now come back to Liberia again. No. Criminal is a criminal. When he tries, he fails, he will polish his crime. He will perfect his crime. And that's why the security has to be way ahead of them. You can't be on the same parallel line with them. You have to be way ahead so that you can always strike them before they can act. So I think the DEA has done a good job. Whether it came from one of our neighboring countries because the other ones were caught, some money was caught at the Mano River Bridge. So they decided to turn around and bring it through the other way. The Americans are watching. They are watching because they are listening to the communication. That's what they say, intelligence. They cannot do this kind of operation without telephone. And like Mr. Zaza reminded us, 100 million worth of drop, they want just a small drop in the bucket. And they are on top of that as well.
So, Mr. Zaza, which one you think, if you have to bet, the LDA will come up with the names of people involved before the committee by Delon or the Liberian Senate will force them to come up with the name? Which one you think will come up first? Or the American government will come in and say it's time to expose the name? Which of these three sequences will happen?
On the issue of the American, they will not tell you what to do. The American will not do it. They will not say go release the name. They will not do it. Whether you are proceeding right or not, they can provide you the intelligence they have. You can choose to do whatever you want to do here. That will make you a sovereign nation. The only thing they're going to do is going to inform them on how they relate to you. But they're not going to say, oh, put the knee out, don't put the knee out. No, they are not going to go that far. And Mr. Raya, Mr. Nepe, in the foreign service, they will tell you. They will not tell you what to do. They will not share the information with you. What you want to do is up to you. On the issue of Mr. Dillon, he's speaking out. That's true. But if they invite that people, watch my word, they'll say that you have to go to committee room. Let the Committee on Security and Intelligence handle it. That's the end of it. That's just my opinion on that. And trust me, it's going to happen. They will tell you, say, this is active investigation, and they'll give security excuse, and it will stay right there. It will not be on the camera. We're not going to get out of it. Mr. Dillon, you're trying his best. So that tomorrow you get things to point to that I spoke out, but nothing going to come out of it. If the people don't want to put it out, they will not put it out. Unless they want to put it out. But they don't want to put it out, nothing you can do. Right? They'll find security excuse and it will stay right in the security briefing, or how do you call it? How do we call that? Committee room. So that's it. They're not going to force people to put the thing out.
Mr. Wright, what is more important to Liberia? Busting the drugs, preventing from the drugs going to a third party, or finding the names of those who were involved? Which is the most important part?
All the above. And here's why. You don't want to be labeled a trafficking nation. That is the drugs passing through your country going on to a designated country. You equally don't want to encourage drugs, being produced in your country. That is a serious national security threat. I mean, no one need to tell us. We saw what happened, under the WIA administration. Children falling all down in the streets, dead bodies everywhere, zombies and all over the place. I mean, we saw how the thing was, really, really hampering the lives of our vulnerable, already, I want to emphasize this, already vulnerable youth. The implication is bad. It's just totally bad. So you can't choose any one of them because every one of them carry, significant amount of bad publicity and serious consequences for the nation and its people. So we need to prevent them all. I mean, you can't choose either one, of the scenario that you give. We need to prevent them. And here's the danger. People don't understand. On the WIA, the opposition boasted there was zero net foreign investment. And if some people didn't connect the dot, let me help them do it. Let me help them do it now. The image that we presented and the fact that the Americans were involved into this already under the Boyka administration was seeing the Boyka administration declaring Madame Depress a personal non-granta, even though they said they didn't do that, but of course that's what it is. And Mr. Nepe will help us, on that. The acts ought to be replaced, and the EU is going to oblige. Why? Because she says certain things along governance, investment, and so many other things that she thought were not happening the way they should. She is from the European Union. She's from the West. Now imagine you have an American diplomat, an American official speaking publicly about a drug bust in Liberia. That is just an added complication to the already dire situation that could come out of modern depressed, a situation. The American telling that we were involved into this. We know what is going on. So the government can drag its feet all it wants. What's going to happen? You're going to see faucet start to close. Faucet start to close. Because now they consider you to be a government that, for the lack of a better phrase, a government that cannot be trusted, a government that is rogue, that is involved in, narcotic, distribution around the world. And once they find you to be a threat to the national security, drug is coming through your country and coming into their country, you ask the Taylor people to tell you. And as a job, we have people to tell you what became of them. I don't think the Unity Party and Jesus Bagapo want to go to that place. They don't want to go there. But it seems to me the more they drag the feet on this thing, and you have the information minister, saying all the things that he's saying, he's not my guy. I think he's one of the lower IQ men I ever come across. But it just creates more problem for them. It creates more problem for them, and they need to stop that. They really do. That's my take on that, Veteran Smith.
Mr. Honorable Nippy, the last question for the night, and we all can chew on here. According to Front Page Africa Audio, the ambassador that we've been talking about, who stated things about Liberia, she is out of the country. In diplomacy, what that means to that ambassador they've been talking about, who brought all the diplomatic war on both countries. She is out of the country. In diplomacy, what went on?
Well, thank you for that question. I think what had to be done was done by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And they saw it.
I don't know what veterans action. What's the implication?
I'm coming now. That's why I sing to you.
Mr. Wright.
What happened?
Mr. Smith always like to take the long road. You get that, don't worry. You get it.
Okay.
No, sometimes you beat the caterpillar to bring all the dirt in for the road. The government has acted as it should. And I said to you, in 72 hours, the leader will leave. Implications? I think the EU will act positively. There will be no negative action because The EU has its own interest in Liberia to do its development. The lady has been recalled. She's going to go back. Maybe she's from Belgium. Maybe she's from England. Maybe she's from Copenhagen, which comprises the EU nations, the Benelux country. So she's going to go back. And if your implication is to say something will bother the Republic of Liberia, no. In keeping with international relations, the country reserved the right. That's why the United Nations went to work in 1963 to come with all of these policies. And they didn't want to invoke Article 9, persona non grata, so they did it a gentle way. Just ask her to leave. And as I indicated, in 72 hours, she would have left. It is in 72 hours and she's gone. So I think the Republic of Liberia has acted as a shoe act in its wisdom of the government on what it thought was necessary to do. So we look forward to seeing the next person coming in from the EU, and a letter of credence will be presented to the president, and you'll have another representative. And that will be a positive implication. Thank you.
Mr. Zaza, you want to weigh in? Since you said I had a long question, short question. Give the short question.
No, I don't have issue with the question. I just last time. The implications. I'm not in the foreign service, so I can't tell what the implications, going to be like. But if what I know that representatives, representative of nations that we call ambassadors. I know that ambassadors don't go to any nation and speak without getting instruction from their host, from their sending nations, the nations they represent. So even whether you took the woman by, you didn't take her by, what she said, in my opinion, is the position of the European Union. So whether she said it wrong, she said it right, whatever way you feel, it's the opinion of the European Union. The next thing that come may not be able to talk it the way the woman talk it that you took her out. But guess what? It's the mindset of the European Union. You know, especially American ambassador can't talk like talk like European or talk like Asian. They don't talk like what America wants them to say. The policy that's what it's going to transmit. So, in my opinion, wasting our time. But I don't know what the outcome is going to be like. But for me, I think that's the opinion of the European Union on that. I'm not just sure what the implication is going to be like. That's it from my end.
Let me quickly add on this note. Look, these people are very meticulous. They're very meticulous. I'll tell you at this time, I said it because, I've gone through the process a couple of times myself. She's debriefing now. She's debriefing. She's spilling the beans. She's providing all the evidence that she has. And if they find those evidence that she's going to produce to be credible, they are not just going to say, okay, that is, the Liberian government prerogative, they can choose. Yeah, they're going to accept that. But guess what? They are going to go back, either engage the government. The Europeans are not like Americans. The American will immediately assume, they see something happen. So they want a citizen not to go there. Don't go there. I never heard European nations do the thing. European nations, they love to, talk to you in the back. But when you literally expel one of the diplomats out of your country, that triggers a lot of things. It triggers a lot of things. One, why did you go to the extreme? Because that is an extreme measure to take. if you say you have a strong diplomatic relationship with me, and one of my people says something that you didn't like, there are lots of other measures you could take, but instead you pull the most extreme lever. You pull the most extreme lever. You said, no, I don't want to talk. No talking. Get a person.
What would be one of the measures you think they could take?
I'm sorry?
What would be one of the measures you think the government could take?
Oh, ask the EU in this one, who she works for, to provide, a cautionary tale to her. Do not do this again. Recognize that you are in a country. If you have your personal opinion, keep it to yourself.
Mr. Right, another thing too. Maybe I can come in a little bit. Another thing too. In the information.
You let me interrupt you. I don't like that.
I know you're not going to interrupt me. Now you don't want to ever. Because he asked a question, why you think? Because the letter that was sent out, I didn't see anything in that letter that said we invited her and talked to her to start, and she didn't start. So I think
that's a good point, Zaza. That's a very good point.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think they should have had a conference with her and say, you know what, we agree that's your opinion, but can you please do it instead of just going public like that and telling her to go. And for me, like I said, I'm not from the foreign service, but I know in such a case who are invited you to talk to you, what happened? Please do it. But for no job worker, it's just somehow with it like that.
Okay, all right. It's like you, Mr. Zaza.
Mr. Nippy.
Nuclear option.
It's like you, Mr. Zaza.
Honorable Nippy.
I'm coming there.
Hold on, you be coming.
It's like you, Mr. Zaza. If you were to keep warning your son in the bedroom, every time he does something, you call him in the bedroom, or she does something, you call in the bedroom. That behind the scene. Papa, I will not do it again. And then this time, there's a need for you to discipline her. You would do it. They might have had a lot of conversation around the behavior of the ambassador. And the ambassador felt the strength behind her was
Do we have anything in writing or in
No, they don't put it up to say we want you this time. You have to understand.
The language, we have engaged the ambassador a couple
they will not tell you that. This is international relations. They will not make to the public. We want her the first time on February 1. On my second, we want her again.
But they will find it very convenient to come and tell her to put in a nuclear option to get out of
They will not do that. You must understand that the government have exercised all of the things that they had to do. They will not just want to first.
Now we are left wondering whether the government ever did what we.
No, but the government will not tell you. The government will not tell you when Mr. Trump. Wait. When Mr. Trump sent the South African ambassador from here, did he tell you why the government sent the South African ambassador? Did he tell you to call him several times?
We know that was a nuclear option he pulled.
But that's what the countries do.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But you said no.
No. Mr. Zaza, you and Mr. Zaza saying whether the government had called her behind closed doors to talk.
And I'm buttressing. That never happened because it was not part of the day.
You said that she put it in the letter that we want her so and so time, and she did it. No, it doesn't operate that way. Behind closed doors.
So then we are left to assume that they pulled a nuclear option. They never really, because I think you got to tell your citizens what you did. The Americans do that.
But the American government didn't tell you what the South African government did.
Iran, Rubio told us.
No. We all in America here. The pulse is controlled by the pulse of the United States is controlled by the House. it is the House prerogative in keeping with its of the law of the United States to approve the president of the United States to go to war. The president of the United States cannot on his own.
I'm not talking about the war.
No, but
I'm talking about communication.
But I'm telling you, the United States government, when they put the South African government out, the ambassador rather, when they turned him out, they did not tell you, the public, or anyone else. We did it because of A.
Mr. Nipe, they did.
What did they say?
Mr. Nipe, I come here, Mr. Nipe. Even though, like I said, I'm not from the foreign service, but there are.
What did they say?
What
did they say?
The US said because she said something that was interfering with local politics. You know, interfering with local politics.
No, I'm talking about the United States expelling the South African ambassador. What did they say?
He said the government under Donald Trump said it was appalling, and so they wanted him out. There was no negotiation. They pulled the nuclear option. They were not going to talk to you in the back.
But in the same vein,
you are disagreeing with us.
I'm disagreeing because the Republic of Liberia has the same it is wisdom to expel an ambassador.
But what we say, you are disagreeing with us. We said the government pulled the nuclear option. You said no.
No, you didn't say that. No, you didn't say that. You and Mr. Zaza said they did not write or inform the public what they did, whether they had talked or they did it before or in writing.
No, but Mr.
The government doesn't do that.
Mr. Nipe, what was stated in the letter? Like I said, I'm not a foreign expert, but what was stated in the letter is not something that warrants nuclear option. To say the person, because in a briefing, like for instance, if you send me Mr. Nipe to be the ambassador of this chat room to another place, I will always tell you what happened in that place where I am. So she was not briefing her people. If the briefing is wrong, to say because she brief her people to say, oh, before you go to Labrador, know about this. If she said that because of that you expel her, I also say the same thing.
When you are briefing your government,
Mr. Nipe, may I ask you the question that could
I'm coming now. Wait, hold on. When you are briefing your government, you don't send copy to the receiving country. You're briefing your government. So unless you do something contrary to the policy of that country, that's the only way they'll give you they'll ask you to leave. So if she were briefing her government, Liberia can't do anything. But she overstepped into the corridors of Liberian politics, talking about the vice president doing this, the vice president doing that, the president is not doing this. That is the politics of the country. In the CV, where the South African ambassador was melting into the Republican politics, and President Donald Trump, the president of the United States, found it more necessary to expel him. Now you want to question your government that it has no authority to expel a foreign diplomat?
No.
That is what you are saying.
No, we're not saying that.
That's what you're saying.
No.
You are saying why did they use the nuclear option? It has all of the right in its wisdom to expel any government, any representative. If I sent you somewhere to represent the interest, right?
What we are saying, and you're agreeing to us, but apparently is the verbiage and the narrative behind it is what you don't want to agree to.
But if the verbiage is wrong, then your idea is wrong.
The report.
So
you don't want to agree to it. That's what I'm saying. We are saying that the report that was put out by the government did not talk about anything that happened in the background, whether they have talked to the woman, privately. You say, "Oh, now it's not part of the diplomatic."
But that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, but hold on, man.
They will not incited in the diplomatic note. We have talked to Ambassador Dish on Wednesday. We also call her on Tuesday at 2:00 and talk to her. No,
we are not asking for timeline. We are not asking for timeline.
And we give you a specific example. We say here in America, The Trump government did the same thing. They pulled the nuclear lever. They said, no, let me out of the country. He's gone. Once he interfered, Americans interfere, he's gone.
So they interfere.
You disagree with that?
No.
So what we're giving examples,
no.
This is what happens. It can happen and it may have happened in Liberia, but you say no.
No. I could not have said no.
Oh.
You are saying why it was not captured in the letter that the diplomatic note.
Okay.
You are saying that why is it that they didn't say the lady was warned, she was advised? That's what you said. That's the language you use. And that's what I said. It doesn't happen that way. And I said also, they may have invited her and they had some conversation behind closed doors. I mentioned that. And since she insisted that she's a representative of the country and didn't understand the bandwidth of her being in Liberia had no alternative but to send her out. And I think in one of our conversations, I said within 72 hours, she will be out. Then you asked me the question, is that expulsion? I said, yes. It's Article 9. I told you that. I did say that.
Okay, so
you said why did they?
Mr. I want to add one more question, and that's it. But,
no, go ahead. You're going to end the show. What?
Okay, Nipe. It said that there are degrees that ambassador can make mistakes, and you can warn the ambassador in other form. But when you go after the vice president and the president, it carry a different level of warning. In this case, because they stated in the letter, because of the relationship they have with the EU, it would be better they recall her from being here. Is that what happened in diplomacy?
But if it were not what should happen in diplomacy, she will still be here. And because it does happen in the practice, she is out. That's what I told you. In about 72 hours, the former ambassador will be out of the Republic of Liberia. And in 72 hours, she's out. Now, if you want to go to the specific article, it's Article 9. Persona grata, but they did not put it in that way. They just gently, that's the word I use. They gently asked the EU to please recall your ambassador and have her replaced by another person. Technically, they had invoked Article 9 on the ambassador. That's what happened. In the wisdom of the government of Liberia, and nobody can question that. And nobody should question it.
Okay,
in that same light, how many hours will it take for them to appoint a new ambassador?
Mr. Smith, we got at least.
No, it's left with the appointing authority. In this case, the European Union. But it brings no negative constraints. I think it is understandable. They might have done some conversation with the lady. They might have done note verbal to let the people know what she was doing. And so now it became country to country. They did a diplomatic note expelling her.
German time now is 8:30. Let's close up, guys, please. Let's do 1 minute each. Let's start with you, Mr. Nipe. 1 minute. Let's close up.
Liberia is a sovereign nation, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has the responsibility to establish relationship in the name of Liberia so that we can be friendly with other nations. But in the job that it does, when a government finds that you are so meddlesome, you are intruding into its domestic politics, and your attention has been drawn, your principle has been told, and you stay bent on doing those things. In the wisdom of that country, in the government, they can gently expel you. And we're all invoking the Article 9 on rule. But if it was something that they thought to do it, they will put it there, that you are persona non grata. So it is inferred by the action of the Republic of Liberia, therefore, that she cannot be here. It's the same persona non grata. And that's why they requested for replacement. So she's not going for consultation to come back. No. If it were so, they would ask that she goes for a consultation and then come back to Liberia. But no. They use the word express statement is right in the document, in the diplomatic note, that they should be kind to, I'm paraphrasing what he said, to send us another person.
Okay. Thank you,
So
sir.
that is about the lady. So she's gone. A new one will come.
Alrighty. Mr. Zaza, let's have your 1 minute, please.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thanks to Mr. Smith, Mr. Napier. As always, a pleasure to share the platform with you and to those following us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. We hope to be back again another day. On the issue of the drugs, the position the Senate is taking, I think it's good. The only thing I'm not sure of is whether the outcome will actually meet what we expect, because it's always the case. There are several things that will go to the Senate there, and then we'll just hereby go to committee room, and that's the end of it. The government of the United States have commended us before, giving us kudos for positions we took from the early stages of investigations. The only disappointing part is that in the end always comes out to be different. I hope this time the way they commending the Liberian security, they will pursue it to the end. I will have something good at the end of the day. And not just your thank you and then that's it. But that's it for now. For the issue of the foreign minister, I don't know much. I mean, I call the ambassador, I don't know much about it. I really wish it doesn't picture us back to the European Union. Our relationship will have bad and no outcome. That's what I got to say. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Thank you. Mr. Zaza, Veteran Smith, I get a closing, please. 1 minute.
A good show today. First, I must thank the Assistant Minister of Small Business, Mr. Coyne, for the good job he is doing and he will continue to do. And on the line of the drugs, the American MSA is stating that we are partners to them and they will not let us fall. So that's good. We're hearing that. That means people who thinking to do harm to Liberia, they better find another haven or place that they can go and do that, because we're not authorized or appreciate them coming using the soil of Liberia, because U.S. will be behind us. They are trained, the people, they are pleased, they are working. And the name, I think the name will deter others from doing it. If we don't hear the name, other people will still do it and will not catch them. So, but if you put big name, then what happened when the hard man business was going on in Maryland County and Talbot took the action on his close relative. So it's almost the same thing with the drugs. We need to hear the name. Who are the people behind it? Not the smarter people. When that is done, people will be careful not to engage in these type of activities. So I look forward to hear the names.
And I'm going to end on that note too, Mr. Veteran Smith. We had a great guest today. He was great. Look forward to having his bosses on, and hopefully Veteran Smith can work out with us to make that happen. It was a good show, gentlemen. Thank you for the time and for all the beautiful work you do here. I too want to share the same sentiment with Veteran Smith. We want to hear the names behind this drug bust. You heard the American guy. This is the second largest drug bust in Liberia. People are counting already. We don't want this thing to get out of hand. Thank you. I want to end on that note. Good night to you all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Goodbye.
You don't play music?
TOP FM.